Hello everyone! If you're catching this VOD later, we had to restart the stream, but luckily we're early on, so we're good. Can you guys see me, hear me? Is it better? Is the buffering better than it was previously? Let me know. So, hello everyone, welcome. As I said, this is a new show called Grift Busters. We're going to be looking at various grifts. So that's cool. I'm still not getting, do I need to refresh chat? I'm still not seeing anything. Unless you guys can't see me, which would be unfortunate. Hello, oh there you are. There you are. This one isn't refreshing, but that one is. You're good? Cool. Okay, so today we're doing Grift Busters, where we're going to be looking at different alleged grifts, cons, weird, sus business things. As I said before I had to restart the stream, I will say this is all my opinion. I'm not making legal claims about anyone or any organization that appears on this show. I just think it's interesting to look around at things that seem a little sus. Because it feels like we're in an age where every other thing you see, every other advertisement, every other person trying to sell you something is just trying to sell you a grift. They're just trying to con you and steal your money. It's like half of our economy isn't based on actually making anything. It's just based on stealing money from people. Can I put the chat? When you can put the chat? Oh, the chat's just like broken. I think it's going to take a sec for it to fix. Oh, it's starting to fix. There we go. Taking Blair's job? Well, she turned out to be a horrible person. So, yep, we're going to talk about MLMs. I always felt a little weird about it because I was like, the Illuminati does that. Illuminati turned out to be a terrible person. So, fuck it. Yeah, I don't know why the chat box isn't updating. Maybe it'll work eventually. It might just be taking a while to catch up. I reset it, so hopefully that'll catch up at some point. Anyway, so let's just get into it. Let's start with the thing we already are familiar with, and that's the PP show, Pulte, and all that nonsense. They have been on his plane today. Guys, I think Pulte may have been grifting them harder than even I thought. Allegedly. This is not any, again, specific claims. I'm just saying seems a little sus. So let's watch the plane saga while they're on the private plane with Bill Pulte.
Orientation is locked. Oh, hold on 1 second. Not right now. I think we're good.
Professional streamer, PP here, knows how cameras work.
What's up, guys? Are you on, what stream are you on? YouTube?
We're on YouTube, yeah. People will probably start joining in here in a second. That's all right.
We figured we'd come on, have you guys...
Why is the video from the plane, which is flying through the fucking sky, still better quality than the stream that they put out the other day from Pulte's office? Like, I'm not even joking. That stream looked worse than this, and they're in a plane.
Part of the experience. Does everybody know where we're headed today?
Tell them, Bill, where we're going.
Oh, they got McDonald's.
Well,
they got
no.
McDonald's before going on their private plane. You see the McDonald's cup? Oh wait, maybe that's not McDonald's. Might be Chick-fil-A.
You know, don't assume anything, but we're headed to SpaceX.
Actually, I know they got Chick-fil-A. It's possible some of them got McDonald's and some got Chick-fil-A, because if it's an airport, airports have a bunch of different restaurants.
Of all things, if you can believe that. So,
they're going to SpaceX. That's what he told them. He said, we're going to SpaceX. Keep that in mind.
we'll see who's there, but,
We'll see who's there. He and PP keep trying to hint that there's this secret person. And obviously they want the people to think it's RC, Ryan Cohen, the person that is sort of the central Jesus savior figure in their delusions. But it's not him. It's definitely not him. And even if it was, he's not buying anything from Bed Bath & Beyond. This is just weirdly pathetic. It feels like even Pulte got in too deep and he doesn't know what to do. Fenekagami says, because Apple is more competent for the working class than any average billionaire venture capitalist.
I think we might get at least a close-up.
Because there are no venture capitalists involved in Apple.
But we'll see.
Hell yeah.
Apparently, I didn't know this, but they, because it's some kind of regulated facility with the FAA or something like that, or FAA.
You mean the SpaceX?
Or government.
Yeah, because they like take off rockets there.
Or something.
Yeah.
You can only go for official tours on the weekends.
Oh, okay. I didn't
But
know
I'm
that.
going to the offices and stuff, and then I was told that we'll be able to at least see the rockets, so who knows for how far
Why would Pulte have to go to SpaceX for any kind of business anything?
or whatever that will be. But
Like, he's not a part of his parents' business anymore. Gnome Pickle says, with the power of these failed businesses combined, I am G-America and have the power to drain the pockets of the stupid.
Right on.
So you want to tell them where we're at, like what we're doing? So this is Citation Sovereign, actually. This is a pretty big plane. What are the guys saying?
So they're saying, yo, much love all you guys. Close up of rockets.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, all the PP people, I posted about this on the Discord, but if you don't follow the Discord, the PP audience was pissed off about the Pulte stream. Like, a decent number of them were really, really, really upset and felt like this is a grift. Like, they straight up called Pulte and PP out, saying, like, you got like $20,000 today by telling people to donate $500, and the stock that we're all talking about will be canceled like Saturday in 3 days. The people who gave him money, the people who gave $500 to PP because Pulte, a millionaire, asked them to, how many of them gave that money thinking that they're all of a sudden going to be rich because they think this is all indicative that Ryan Cohen is secretly in the play and he's going to come make them all rich? It's bullshit. It's horse shit. It's just so... They are taking advantage of people, and it grosses me out. I guarantee people gave money to this guy thinking they're going to be wealthy later this month or next month. And instead now they might not have money to pay their rent or get food. It's sick. Meanwhile, they're on a fucking private plane with dipshit McMillionaire.
You want to see my red glare. Wish you understand why you're there. I believe to support...
I'm going there to meet the SpaceX people. That's the truth. I'm going there to meet some Twitter people. I don't know if Elon's going to be there. I've been told that he kind of goes in and out and all that kind of stuff.
Why would you be meeting both the Twitter people and the SpaceX people? Like, do they work in the same building? What?
Stuff, but yeah.
Like, this just feels like he's making this up based on, and that's not I'm not making a specific legal claim. However, the plane, on the advice of Pulte himself, needs to make an emergency landing in a little bit, and oh no, we might not be able to make it to SpaceX. I get the feeling that he didn't really think this through and was like, oh yeah, I know tons of rich people, I'll take you guys to SpaceX, without ever actually having a plan to go to SpaceX, because he doesn't actually have a meeting there. So instead he made up a reason to ground the plane, which we'll show in a little bit. It's funny that the PP people are probably being grifted right now, in my opinion, and they still don't realize it. It's so funny. Black's Law Dictionary, charlatan. Ooh, that's a good one to look up.
Yeah.
Cool.
But that's why I'm going there. Somebody says, Bill, what do you think of Carl Icahn? I think he's very shrewd.
Carl Icahn is another one of the billionaires that they think is secretly going to save them and give them money, or equity, rather, in a new company. It's not happening, but again, Pulte's not saying that because he wants their, I don't know, attention? It seems to me, especially later, we'll see some comments from PP where Pulte seems to want to invest in the PP show to take it to, quote, the next level, which is making me think Pulte intends to use the towel apes. Apes is what they call themselves. To use the Bed Bath & Beyond apes as some sort of personal weird army so that he can swing trade maybe off of whatever PP's doing and saying. I don't know. It feels very... If it's not illegal, it feels, in my opinion, pretty scummy. What may or may not be happening based on the things I'm seeing. I'm no Columbo. I'll tell you that much. But I do think I'm observant enough to recognize a grift when I see them, especially when they're being perpetrated by pretty stupid people, and these are pretty stupid people. Anyways, let's look up that word, charlatan.
People are hype, man. They're super, super hype. We got about 131 people in here so far. The live might end once we take off in the air, fellas, but...
Oh, they're not up yet. That makes sense.
But again, it's exciting. I've only flown ever economy.
Yeah.
Like this is like I've never even flown like first class, man.
Yeah, this is expensive, obviously. I don't always fly this, but when I do, I like it because obviously you get to do whatever. You
Yeah.
get to go wherever. Now we're flying into a pretty remote area of Texas.
Charlatan, one who pretends to have more knowledge or skill than he possesses. A quack. A faker. Let me just emphasize that a lot for no reason.
In fact,
Fenekigami says, there are venture capitalists in Apple, but they're smart enough to have workers do the actual work, so Apple's incompetence is hidden, unlike Pulte. Yeah.
Pilot said that he'd never been to the airport that we're...
The most worthless people in any business are the venture capitalists. They are literally not important. Their money is. They're useless. They're useless people who hold value for arbitrary, stupid fucking reasons.
flying into.
Like Pulte, for instance, he grew up rich. His grandfather started a home building business. His father continued it. It's a huge business. I forgot to tell you, too. Let me go to the Discord to pull it up. The Pulte family, as you would imagine, they're a wealthy family, have a charity. Because, of course, they have a charity. So many of these rich people have charities. You get it. Bill Pulte is so embarrassing on the PP show and on Twitter that if I can find the post from yesterday somewhere, there it is, on the homepage of the Pulte Family Foundation, this is the homepage. This pops up immediately and it says, important statement. Hydrate. Please read this important statement from the Pulte Family Charitable Foundation. The Pulte name represents a legacy in the U.S. home building industry and in the global philanthropic community. Over many decades, the generations of Pulte family members have grown to include the children and more than 36 grandchildren and great-grandchildren. So he's one of, 36 grandchildren. Great-grandchildren of William Pulte, who died in 2018, the founder of Pulte Homes, Pulte Group, and the Pulte Family Charitable Foundation. With the expansion of our family and its various businesses and charitable endeavors, PFCF believes that there may be some unfortunate misunderstandings around the companies, organizations, brands, and personal initiatives that bear the Pulte name. With this statement, we wish to officially clarify any confusion, most specifically as it relates to the PFCF and any perceived association with Bill Pulte, Twitter philanthropist and CEO of Pulte Capital Partners. First and foremost, it's important to note that PFCF bears no ill will towards Bill Pulte. We recognize and respect his place as one of William Pulte's 25 grandchildren. That's kind of a backhanded, you're one of 25, stop acting like you're so goddamn special. And we acknowledge his right to use his own name in his own personal business and philanthropic initiatives, including his multiple social media accounts, as long as such does not cause confusion with PFCF. However, PFCF believes that some of Bill Pulte's public communications may have created confusion between our organization and his endeavors. We want to be clear that Bill Pulte is not a representative of, nor has he ever served in any capacity for the Pulte Family Charitable Foundation. Likewise, we are not affiliated with Bill Pulte's efforts through Twitter philanthropy, nor his other business or personal initiatives. We additionally believe that some of Bill Pulte's public communications through social media, public appearances, interviews, self-published articles, and more may suggest he speaks on behalf of the entire Pulte family. To the contrary, Bill Pulte does not represent, nor is he a spokesperson for, all members of the Pulte family in any capacity. Again, our intent with this statement is to clarify the important distinction between PFCF and Bill Pulte's personal pursuits. We seek to ensure that the PFCF's voice is accurately represented, and to resolve any confusion around the matters. Moving forward, the PFCF remains committed to upholding our founders' values of honor, integrity, and charity. So basically, it's a big warning on the front page that says, hey, that idiot on the internet making an ass of himself, he's not related to us. He's not related to us in any way other than through blood. He does not represent us. Please, please, please don't blame us for his bullshit. His own family's charity organization is basically telling people he's a creep. Doesn't represent us. I love it.
Oh, wow.
Because I guess that's where they...
He got kicked out of the family business, by the way. He was in the family business at one point, and then he got pushed out for some reason.
Launch these rockets from and stuff like that. So, for everybody who's wondering, I genuinely just wanted to invite PP on this. There's no, there's no plans to go in a rocket ourselves or anything like that.
They're not going to shoot me into space?
I don't know.
Overthought says, why should we have to change our name? He's the one that sucks.
Still have that spacesuit. I showed my wife that spacesuit. She says, "What the hell is this?" who are these people that you had come over? I said, "The people."
Oh my god, even Pulte's wife is like, what the fuck are you doing? Is this a dinner for schmucks situation? Is anyone familiar with the film Dinner for Schmucks, starring Paul Rudd and Steve Carell? In that movie, the premise is basically, I could even show you the trailer, I guess, to get the idea across. Heck, why not? Dinner for Schmucks trailer. Good, Dinner for Schmucks has a reason to exist. I'll use it to explain the premise of what I think is happening here, or could be happening. A fun hypothetical, if you will. Oh, the Writers Guild strike is over. I can play trailers now of new things, right? Or does SAG have similar restrictions? I don't want to cross that picket line either. I don't know if SAG has similar things where they don't want people promoting stuff. I'll have to look it up before I do anything. But this is an old thing. This isn't promoting anything new. This movie's over a decade old. Or at least a decade. 9 years ago? SGA has... Okay. Okay. I'll make sure I look it up.
They gather in a secret location. They are extraordinary, yet their identities are unknown. But in
Yeah. Gotcha.
2010, we will witness their power.
I have laid eggs inside of your brain.
Get them out of my head.
I have brain control over you.
You invite idiots to dinner and make fun of them?
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Where are you from?
We are from Switzerland.
Switzerland. I love your cheese with the holes.
He is a tornado of destruction.
I'm having trouble describing what I'm looking at.
Barry, I want you out of the apartment.
Oh my God! He's friends with Morgan Freeman. I want to cramp your style.
It's already cramped.
I'm gonna fix your back. I am a trained taxidermist.
And I am alive.
Okay, so the premise is... Oh, Jeff Dunham.
Looking down the dress.
No,
Jesus.
Tim, please don't embarrass me. I'm not doing it. No.
So the premise is rich people bring really weird people over and make fun of them. And I'm wondering, is that this situation? Does Pulte just think it's funny to, like, bring all these... Let's use the nomenclature of the film. Does he think that it's, like, just funny to be fucking with all these quote-unquote schmucks? Like, does he just think it's funny? Does he really not get it? Does he think they're doing a bit? I don't understand what he does. I don't get it. I don't get it.
PP show.
Yeah.
She says PP show. But she knows you guys. So.
Good. Right on. 181 in here so far.
Stretch them legs out. You earned it.
You earned it.
The same delta. You know, all these people giving him a hard time because we raised money to help him.
You literally, again, this is the rich person being out of touch. He was soliciting $500 donations for PP. He got like 40. PP received like $20,000 or so in $500 donations. This is people who are already down who knows how much in this stock and are still holding, not that it matters, they can't sell really at this point, no one's gonna buy, but like, Pulte, I don't even know if he understands how much $500 is to a normal person. Because he is a millionaire and he's been rich his whole life. To him, $500 is probably like, you know, like you guys donating like a $10 super chat, which is still wonderful and so generous that you would give any amount. But like, you know what I mean? I think in his head, he doesn't have an understanding of value. I don't think he understands how big of a chunk of someone's income $500 is. Like, for an average person, $500 could make their fucking month. Or break it, you know? That could get them ahead on things. That could make sure that they can cover stuff and have a little for emergencies, maybe. Like, I just don't understand the lack of understanding of the value of money. He seems to not understand that he basically manipulated, in my opinion, PP.'s audience into giving money most, if not many of them, couldn't probably afford. How many of the people who sent $500 to PP did it on a credit card? Think about that. Because I didn't even think about this until Baja brought it up to me. I was just thinking it's idiots with cash to burn. They might not even have cash to burn. A lot of these people on the subreddit I've heard talk about, you know, like how broke they are and how fucked they are if this doesn't work. And meanwhile, some of these people are probably putting shit on credit cards because Bill Pulte said if you send this random guy on the internet $500, you can come see me? Who the fuck are you, Bill? Why should anyone care to come see you? What have you done in your life that had nothing to do with your family? Nothing. Even your own business, your own fund, was started with money you got because of your family and connections you had to your family. The out-of-touch, disgusting monsters out there, it really is the banality of evil. Bill Pulte might not be a malicious person. I don't think he's a very empathetic person. But at the very least, I really think he doesn't know what he's doing. I think he is so out of touch with the struggles of regular people and what the real world is like and what this system is like for everyone else that he doesn't understand the damage he does. He doesn't understand how lucky he is and how little of his success has anything to do with him and his own decisions and actions. He thinks he fucking rules. He must think, I'm fucking awesome. I'm Bill Pulte. No one knows who you are, Bill. Outside of this weird internet cult, no one knows who you are and cares. Even your own family doesn't like you. Fucking clearly, in my opinion. It's just sick. It's just sick that he would use these people like this. Again, in my opinion. Maps and Mimics with a link.
Don't you judge me.
Here it is.
You're the selfish one. You're the one who charged his own brother for a Bluth frozen banana. I mean, it's one banana, Michael. What could it cost? $10?
You've never actually set foot in a supermarket, have you?
I don't have time for this.
You know, most people make an income. Most people have a way to pay for food, pay for things. This guy over here is busting his ass for this whole community.
Busting his ass by hitting his vape 50 fucking times per stream and just talking nonsense, collecting people's money, bringing on other people who don't know what they're talking about and letting them speak nonsense so we can garner followers, clout, and money from other people who have fallen for a cult. God, Pulte's such a dumb asshole.
And I just think that why not have a way for him to be able to provide for his family like everybody else? So.
He could get a fucking job, Bill. Or he could at least stream. Like, streaming is a job. I do it. He could at least stream something honestly instead of fucking grifting. The problem is that it's a goddamn grift. It's not other people's responsibility to make sure he has food on the table, just like it's your not responsibility to make sure I do. Like, why is Bill acting as though he's owed this money and that this is like a charity? It isn't. If you're a streamer, hopefully you're entertaining enough or connect with your audience enough that they want to fund the stream and make it your job. But if they don't, if you need this asshole to come on and beg people to give you $20,000, you're a fucking grifter, in my view. It's gross. It's disgusting. And again, this Saturday, their shares are canceled. Like, the people that spent $500, whether it was cash or credit or whatever, and sent money to PP with the promise, no strings attached. There were no asterisks that said, like, you have to, you know, buy your own plane ticket, you have to get here yourself. No, he just said, give PP $500, and you will meet me no matter what. Do you know how insane that is as a promise? I don't even know if that's a legal thing to claim. Like, are his lawyers just banging their heads against a desk? Like, he's rich enough that he should have a lawyer who's telling him, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Blurst with 500 bits says, money for a banana as a treat. Thank you.
So, I think it's incredibly selfish for the people who are hating
It's incredibly selfish of these people that are complaining that I solicited $500 donations from your community, even though I'm a literal millionaire and could have just handed you $20,000 and it would mean nothing to me. The audacity of a millionaire, like, second generation Nepo baby, of calling other people selfish makes me sick. Skiffazoa says, if I had to use 3 words to describe Pulte, they would be, and I quote, bitch, dumpster, bitch. Bumble Homestead with 200 bits. Hype Train, 67% to level 1. Thank you.
You're getting paid for this. The guy works his ass off.
I assure you, he does not work his ass off. What do you think working your ass off looks like? If you think, when you look at PP and what he does on that stream, if you think that's working your ass off, then holy shit, what do you do all day, Bill? What the fuck are you doing that you think is work if you think what PP does is hard work? I'm not trying to be a little bitch. I'm trying to ask, what do you do all day? Do you sit at a desk and just listen to the radio and you're like, yep, this is hard work watching my money make money by investing things? That's not a job, Bill. That's being a fucking leech. Baycop, thanks for gifting 3 months of a tier 1. Appreciate it. 34% to level 2.
And, yeah, he gets to come on a jet like this, but this jet doesn't pay for food for his family. So that was my thought process.
Yeah, right on.
I should say, I forgot to credit this. Baja was the first one to bring up the upcoming thing that's going to be the emergency landing. Baja was the first person to think up the idea that it was all a lie in the first place. The SpaceX stuff. So credit to her for that.
Raising money for people who are dying.
Oh yeah, that is 9 months for you. Holy shit. This baby's name is going to be Robert Palindrino. Robert Palindrino.
Cancer and all those other things. So
hate how September works. Yeah, it's weird. It used to be so much simpler. It is September though, so I don't know. Something's off. I don't know what though.
Right. I wouldn't raise something for an unworthy cause, and I think the community you've built.
You wouldn't raise something for an unworthy cause. What a weird thing. That's basically just saying, trust me. Why would I trust you, Bill? You're not a trustworthy guy. Your own family kicked you out.
You know, you deserve it.
It's a good community. You know, like everybody like works together.
I gotta look at this like Jimmy Meltdown. Let me find the post because it's pretty interesting. There was a post that was made that I think probably was deleted at this point, but I got posted to the GME Meltdown subreddit, and one of the viewers made a diatribe post basically about this is fucked up. Like, why are you doing this? This stream was embarrassing. Let me find it. It's got to be like the top of the last 24 hours, right? Or at least close to it. Let's see. I gotta find it. It's in here somewhere. How is it not in the last week the highest, like, rated? 2 minutes left on the hype train. Robert Palindrino will be a character in a story you're writing. Sweet! Oh shit, Baycop, 5 tier 2 subs. Wow, that's special. That's tier 2. God damn. Thank you. Attentional bottoms September is happening. Thank you, Baycop. I'll find this post. It's really important. It really is important. Come on. How is it not in the past 24 hours one of the top posts? It didn't get deleted, did it? I'm sorry, I know this is not interesting to look at. Let me go to the PP sub. I wish I would have pulled this up prior to the stream. That's my fault. I apologize. Oh, that's me. Brought up my post. That's weird. Let's say top 24 hours, maybe? No, it's probably controversial if it hasn't been deleted, at least. I know. This is thrilling. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I should put Gina out for you guys. Daily discussion thread Pulte special. If I can find Pulte, then I know he posted on the thing. Reddit, GME, Meltdown, Pulte stream. You can look at your own Reddit history. I'm on Reddit so much, it's like, it's a lot. Okay, let's see.
It's just the shit.
Oh, here's where Pulte was reacting to the grift allegations.
Oh, social media sucks. Somebody says Pulte is a grifter. Yeah, I'm a grifter. Yeah, I'm trying to make money here. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You literally are soliciting. You solicited $20,000. They removed it. They did. They removed it. Fuck. Can I find a copy? It's got to be on GME. Okay. I'll do what Baja says and filter by time. Thank you, Baja. She's gonna look at it for me. Thank you very much.
And we go through these dockets together and trying to figure out what's going on with the company. And
you didn't force anybody to donate money.
No.
These people wanted to do it of their own frickin' damn free will.
Yeah, that's right.
People can do whatever the hell they want with their own fucking money.
Yeah.
And these people who hate on everything and try to whatever.
People can do whatever they want with their own money, but if you're trying to convince people that you're giving them something of value in return, that's grifty, especially if you don't really intend on doing it or don't take into account the fact that these people only care about you because you're a central part of their conspiracy theory and think you have secret inside information. Like, I understand that legally speaking, he put disclaimers around, which smart on his part. Smarter thing would have been to not go. But either way, just his presence is always going to make them think he knows something because they're a cult. And he is central to their conspiracy beliefs, whether he likes it or not. The site that captures deleted posts, I think, doesn't work anymore since Reddit changed their API access. I think it broke the site. 45 seconds left on the hype train.
I got actually a $5 tip here from...
Oh, good. More money for him.
Anthony with the 5. Hope to meet you next summer, Bill.
Yes, if you guys did donate that 500, and then we'll be picking random people who just donated and even people who didn't donate, and we will definitely be
in a year. Why will any of them want to meet you, Bill?
doing that meetup.
They only like you now because you think you're part of them getting rich. When that doesn't happen, they're going to hate you. Mrs. PMS, thanks for 100 bits, has no idea who these people are. I hear Pee-Pee Diaper Boy when you say Pee-Pee. Please refer to him as such. And Fenekigami says, first, Bill, I work 50-hour weeks minimum. That's closer to working your ass off. Second, Bill, you have You are the reason why rich people should have to attend public schools. The fact rich assholes can so thoroughly wall themselves off from the consequences of their actions is disgusting. Agreed. Thanks for the hype, everyone. Appreciate it.
So, yeah. We also got $2 from Why So Serious. Haters can eat the pee-pee sausage. Much love, Bill.
They can do something. But,
yeah.
You're always going to have people hating on you, and the bigger you get, the bigger target you're going to have.
Fuck off. Maybe you're just an asshole. I hate this shit. I hate when people who have money or influence or anything are like, oh, the bigger you get, the more target. Okay, that's true of anyone. Visibility is always going to make people a target. But have you considered maybe you're a target in some ways? Not because you're just there, but maybe you are an asshole. It's totally fair. Sometimes people do get unjustly targeted for things. I understand. But Pulte, have you considered that you're just shitty sometimes? Like, your family is full of people. Apparently they don't like you, or at least don't want you affiliated with the business and charity. Why is that? They don't seem to have a problem with each other. It doesn't seem like your family just hates everyone else in the family. But they don't like you. Maybe you're not targeted. Maybe you're just an asshole.
Yeah, and that's what I keep telling PP is the more he tries to get bigger, they're going to keep coming after him.
He's not going to get bigger, hopefully. And if he does, then someone bigger than me is going to come a-knocking like CoffeeZilla and ask the people he's covered previously how that usually works out.
And
I've thought about this. I've thought about trying to put a package of this information together and sending it to CoffeeZilla, because this is really approaching a point where this is gross. Like, when it was just individual donations on streams, it was one thing, but now Bill's involved and solicited, like, over $20,000 in donations. Like, this is scummy. This feels like something that, CoffeeZilla would cover. Thank you, Logarth. Thank you, Profane Priestess. I'll take a look at that later.
Really weird is, like, you know, like, we've been talking about a stock that they've been saying is going to get wiped out for a long time. Shareholders.
It is. It's getting wiped out Saturday. The company says this.
Stuff like that. And, you know, the thing is that, you know, if that's true, why is there such a push, like, you know, to try to take my show down or things like that?
Because you are giving people false hope. First of all, I've never pushed for a show getting banned. I've never reported his channel because I don't know if there's any specific rules of YouTube he's breaking in the first place. I've never reported it. I've never told anyone to report it. People criticize your show, PP, because you are a grifter. And the funny thing is, I am on the fence. Baja's of the opinion that PP is an entire grifter and he might not even have shares. I am of the opinion that I can't tell. I definitely can see that, but he might just really be stupid. He might be accidentally grifting people, which would be hilarious. It's just annoying because it feels like in the world today, there are so many cults and cult-like groups, but in the past, cults sort of required a central figure. You know, that's part of the definition of a cult, right? Is usually there's a central leader that is living, that is, you know, dictating the group and what it believes and what they do. And PP and his people are that to a degree at this point, but it's almost like algorithms themselves, the way that the internet puts information in front of us, itself has become a cult leader accidentally. It's become an unmotivated system that these people can look to, like people look to cult leaders for information, advice, help when they're desperate. But instead of it being a con artist or delusional person, it's an unthinking algorithm that's just trying to give you whatever information it thinks you want. It's still feeding you things. It's like collectively they are unconsciously using the internet along with their own in-group myth-making to be the cult leader. It's like a cult with a subconscious leader, and the subconscious collectively of all of them is the leader. It's so weird. It's so weird. There's got to be a word for this, and this is why I say cult-like group, you know? I'll shorten it to cult, but really it is more like a cult-like group, because I don't even know what to call this. They're operating like a cult without a leader, really.
A little bit odd, right? I mean, there's like this sense of like people
I think there's a lot of truth in that. Like, why do they want to suppress it so much?
Right. Because if it's, you know, if it's true that it ends up.
Yeah, if you're just some whack job.
Oh my gosh, that's true. I may have, you know what? I might have posted it on Twitter. I might have posted it on Twitter. Let me look really quick. It was on GME Meltdown, but I might straight up just have it on my Twitter. I think I might have posted it. Oh, I know I posted it on the Discord. Let me go back and find my Discord post, because I know I posted it there the other day. Smart thinking me. Thanks, wife, for being my brain for me. There we go. Yes, let's open this in the browser, and then I can read it with you guys. It's a little blurry because of compression, but you get it. Here's the post. Bill Pulte hyped this up for something great, and it was a total letdown. I won't pull any punches. I'll speak my mind. My history speaks for itself. I've spent countless hours, years of my life doing research on this stock, and with the hopes that it was indeed the one, and I thought that this night would be the night we got some news. Real Pulte, which is his Reddit name, which is not private. I'm not doxing him. That's public information. Let's see. You hyped the shit out of this play and made it out to be so much more than what it was. I and many others like me were not born with silver spoons in our mouths to continually donate $500 to PP Seeds. Much respect to him. So funny that they're so afraid of being ostracized from the cult-like group. That even when they're, like, understanding that they're being grifted, they still have to, like, try and couch it with, like, respect to PP, though. I think PP got rid of this guy anyway, so didn't help him. We were looking for hope regarding an announcement, which you did the eye emoji regarding. This is one of the exhibits for the lawsuit, is them clearly saying that they thought the eye emoji was a signal. I was your #1 defender from accusations of grifting the community for your own attention, but that is exactly what you did here today. What the fuck, man? We all put everything we had into this, and you knew that, and you strung us along. I'm so fucking disappointed. This was the worst outcome to the show imaginable. Good for GME that you're bullish on them, I guess. I failed to see the love for BBBYQ in our theories. You screwed us, man. And this was actually like the second highest post in the subreddit for a while before it got taken down, and they started the mods deleting everyone and banning everyone who was, you know, criticizing Pulte in any way. So it's funny. Seems like the PP fans are already fragmenting. So, that's interesting.
It's some whack thing, you know? It's like, who the fuck would care?
Yeah, exactly.
But why do they care so much? So
why do they care so much? Why does anyone care about people losing money, people being grifted? Because they have empathy and don't want people who hurt others to get away with it.
I do think that there's something going on there, but again, you know, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I just like the community.
Does Pulte know how many people I've covered who have gone to jail or been arrested? Just a thought. I'm pretty, like, I've got an eye for this kind of thing. I've called a lot of this, is all I'm saying. So, like, maybe be more careful.
Community, I like the people, I like you, I like the crew that you have. When I went out to lunch with you and that other person we were on at lunch with, yeah, good guys, that's why I said come on. So
yeah.
Plane was going here anyway.
Spencer Wilson with the 10. We all love you on Spaces right now. Much love from Egg Loser Boy. And everyone else that has been around forever. Appreciate the love, Spencer. Miha with the 5. My birthday...
Is it a cult-like group or a commune of addicts, or is there a difference, really? No, it's a cult-like group. I think a lot of them do have gambling addictions. They've all mentioned. They actually did, I think, a charity poker stream or something, because they're all into poker. Surprise, all these people happen to be into gambling. I think a lot of them probably are gambling addicts. However, I think what makes them a cult-like group is the shared mythology. Like, they aren't just people feeding off each other. They're giving each other a narrative. They're feeding each other a destiny, a shared destiny that they think will be fulfilled through a savior figure like Ryan Cohen. Like, it's a cult. It's a cult-like group.
Is in November.
How do you join the cult of Hannah? Well, you're here, so I guess that's good enough.
Join,
The good news is I'm not going to tell you to give up any earthly possessions or to believe me or trust me or anything. Just be cool. Don't be a dick.
You can join the Florida party.
Yeah, we're going to do it in November, right?
Yeah. Justin with the 5. Appreciate the love, Justin. Kai's Malej with the 5. There's Kai's. Talk is cheap. It takes money to buy cigars.
Talk is cheap.
Bill,
It takes
take me
money
with
to buy
you next
cigars.
Yeah, he wanted you to know that. He said you know that reference. I know it's talk is cheap, it takes money to buy whiskey, but he said talk is cheap, it takes money to buy cigars. He said Bill will know what it means.
I think I do.
He's talking about the fact that Bill once posted on, I think, Twitter that he had a cigar, and someone was like, what kind of cigar is that? And he was like, you know, wink. Again, it's another one of those posts that they turn into a conspiracy theory.
Rocket, fuel money for the trip. Love you, PP and Bill.
Appreciate it, Cloud.
By the way, I'm not touching any of this money myself. That's when you...
That seems like a suspicious thing to say, is all I'm saying. It's also funny to me that he says he doesn't always fly private, which makes me wonder if at any point he was like, hey, PP, can you maybe slide me some of the money that I helped you donate to help pay for this private jet? Because it's a rental. Old Enough to Know Better Now says, if we send you Blu-rays, are we honorary cardinals? Because these outfits are kind of neat. Yes. 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 If you send me a 4K Blu-ray, you can be a demigod. You can be either a saint or a demigod. You can pick your particular domain. Nothing big. You can't have, like, farming as a demigod. You can't have love or, you know, but you can find, like, a really small domain, and then you can be the demigod of that. Like I don't know. Like cooking pudding so that there's a little pudding skin. Like maybe you're the demigod of pudding skin. I don't know. Gnome Pickle says, I'm getting these cookies for the other kids. Not for me, I promise. Ignore the crumbs on my cheek.
You gotta love when they call me a grifter, yeah.
Can you be the demigod of butts? Sure.
I give away millions of dollars of my money, but I'm interested in grifting. They're just
Yes, literally, if you wanted to do charity, you would just have a charity where you, like, do that instead of trying to get attention and clout on Twitter by asking people to beg you for money and then not giving it to most people. Like, do you understand that that's almost worse? Like, literally, if you don't know what happens, on his Twitter, he'll be like, who wants money? Give me your Cash App and tell me why you need money. And it'll be just tons of sad stories about, like, oh, I had a death recently, or my kid is sick, or I have COVID, my husband died, we need funeral expenses, like, it's, you know, that kind of thing. And then he'll pick some and give them money. Like, it's disgusting. He's not doing it for, like, altruism. He's doing it to be seen doing it, because for some reason it makes him feel like he's doing something good when he's doing something for self-aggrandizement, which is never good. Can you be the demigod of D4s? Sure. Sure. That's fair.
Assholes, man.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
ABC, the OG, should be there. Maybe next time.
Sorry, Piper, let me check. Piper said, although I think we would have to denounce all frameless posters. True. Very true. Sorry I missed that.
So hype, somebody said this.
He's Mr. Beast, basically. At least Mr. Beast, you could argue, at least does it at a scale where, like, whatever. I also don't like... You know the issues, the problematic shit with Mr. Beast. It's been talked about enough. But Pulte's not even that. Pulte's a scammer who wishes he was Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast actually probably does do some good, even if I disagree of what he represents and what that kind of charity represents. This is so much darker. This is so much worse.
Or, people saying
So I've got some meetings at SpaceX today. We'll see what happens there.
Are you meeting Elon today or what?
I don't know. I was told...
If you were meeting Elon, you would know.
That,
You might...
I was told he's hit or miss.
Yeah.
I have no information on him being investigated for fraud. RC, I believe, is being investigated for the alleged pump and dump. But Pulte is not being investigated for anything as far as I'm aware now.
Full disclosure, I did try to look up his jet, but I guess he uses a bunch of different things, so we'll see. But at a minimum, I'm meeting with the SpaceX and the Twitter guys as well.
The SpaceX and the Twitter guys? Why would you have business with both? I'm so confused. Because you're not part of the building group your family is. I could understand if it had something to do with building some property or something, although I believe Pulte Home Group does residential properties. not like industrial factory stuff or business things. But anyway, I don't... How do I put this? I don't know if I believe he has a meeting at SpaceX. I don't know if I believe that, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But as Baja pointed out, he may not have a meeting at SpaceX, and this all might be a lie to make himself look a certain way to this audience that he's trying to endear himself to.
So,
and are you
as everybody knows, we do X philanthropy, so we're talking with them about how we can really help as many people as possible. With X becoming such a big platform.
That makes no sense to me. Do you think that Twitter and SpaceX, as large companies, don't already have some sort of interaction with charities this many years into their operation? Like, businesses fund charity things all the time because A, they can write it off their taxes, and B, because it looks good. It's publicity. It's, oh, look, this charity thing donated by Twitter or whatever. Very sus. I'm so sus.
We raise money every day for people dying of cancer, people who have all kinds of medical needs, terminal needs.
Some of them. He'll ask people to, like, beg on Twitter, what do you want?
And to the extent that we can get...
It's a little bit like... You guys have seen Mad Max Fury Road, right? You know at the beginning of Fury Road how we see Immortan Joe and he's like an evil dictator over this land of people just suffering in the desert or dying of thirst? And he has that water fountain that's the least efficient thing in history. And he pulls the lever and water comes down and people are going with like cups and buckets and most of it is lost to the ground. But he just laughs and shuts it off, you know? That's Pulte. That's basically what Pulte is doing. Is he's Immortan Joeing. If you haven't seen Mad Max Fury Road, go watch it. It's a good movie.
Formerly Twitter involved, that would be really good. So that's actually what we're meeting about. That's the truth, God's honest truth. But yeah.
Do I think there's any reason to buy okay quality 80s movies like Critters or Ghoulies on Blu-ray versus DVD? Yes, absolutely, very much so. Maybe not so much 4K unless you're like, if you're really into movies like I am, 4K makes sense because I want to get all the detail. I want the highest quality picture. I don't have the best TV right now. It is 4K, but it's an old one. Someday in the future, I'll get one that'll make it look even better, but I like having the discs, you know? I like knowing I have the highest quality. But DVD and Blu-ray, there is quite a difference on HD TVs. On HD TVs of virtually any size, there is a marked difference between DVD and Blu-ray quality. It's very noticeable. And usually they've gone back, especially at this point, because we're so many years into Blu-ray, they've gone back and they've cleaned up the original film negatives and done remasters of stuff like Critters. Like, Critters just, I think, got a... No, actually, Ghoulies just got a 4K remaster. The sequel, Ghoulies 2, Ghoulies Go to College or whatever, I think, just got a Blu-ray release. But they clean it up and it looks nice. I have the Critters box set. It looks nice. So yes, there is a difference between Blu-ray and DVD. So if you're into movies, I'd recommend it. Blu-ray players are relatively cheap now. They're not like as you know, expensive as they used to be, so. Juggle! And that's more work than Bill Pulte's ever done in his entire life. You just noticed even the stock bros are still calling it Twitter. It's Twitter, man! It's Twitter.
Hopefully we can see some rockets in the meantime.
And how's he...
and Fenekagami said, I want to be the demigod of nine-tailed fox furries, the color of the Progress Pride flag. You got it.
Elon, can you live stream now from X like the same way, or is it just Spaces still? Because I remember you made a
live
video.
Stream. I was actually going to tell you should have live streamed on Twitter the other day.
Okay.
That thing, and quality's getting better, and I think he's going to make it bigger. And...
So you don't have to have because with YouTube you have to have 1,000 you have to have 1,000 subscribers.
No,
and you have to have a
anybody
certain amount of watch time.
Anybody
can do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think you should do that immediately.
Live streaming on Twitter is going to be a nightmare. I really need that to not take off.
And I think it's only going to get better.
Yeah. Low B with the 10. Appreciate the love, Low B. Enjoy the day, PP. You have earned it. We all appreciate your hard work and talent. Thank you, Bill, for recognizing him and giving the community more exposure. It's very kind of you, Bill. We also got another tip here from...
I like young talent. That's what I like.
Even more goddamn money. Hydrate.
Good.
I cannot do a Rubik's Cube, alas.
Jesse Kane with the 5. Bill, can I have your suit? Looking fly, my man. What about Jesse? Can he have the suit or what?
Maybe.
All right. It's a maybe for...
He won't even say no just to that. Oh my goodness.
Jesse. We also got a 5 from Cuck Norris.
It's been going bad for Tucker from what I've heard. I've heard that too, which is good. I know they've been cheesing numbers, which is pretty funny. Elon trying to claim that like 300 million people had viewed one of Tucker's shows. Like, that's not how this works. Come on.
Are NDAs void in space, only the hung?
I don't know. I think we are flying technically into international space.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you tell me. Is the Gulf of Mexico? I don't know how far
Oh my god, he's an idiot. He's an idiot!
out it's regulated by the FAA.
Right, yeah.
Or at least going into federal airspace.
Yeah. That's a great question. Mastermind Chili with the 1989. PP getting big, get up and fucking stay up, only the hung.
By the way, only the hung's really turning into something.
It really is, yeah.
Did you see that one guy made the video, Only the Hung? It's Taylor Swift singing Only the Hung.
Yes, yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's, I think that was Sloppy Steaks who maybe made that, possibly.
Yes, I did see the Rumble video. It was very interesting.
To win.
I'm gonna be a little sad when Rumble dies, inevitably. Because, like, it's where I've gotten a lot of conspiracy content, but it is gonna be good when it's gone and people can't access it. Okay, the Only the Hung thing. So, you know, Pulte's on Twitter a lot, trying to get clout and stuff. He sucks up to Ryan Cohen just like they do, and Ryan Cohen sucks up to Elon. I think I described it as like a tech bro, fin bro, like human centipede, where they're all just regurgitating each other's bullshit and going further down the line of success from, like, you know, Elon Musk all the way down to losers like PP. Kais might be at the back. Anyway, so Pulte on Twitter once tweeted, "Only the young," vague, maybe pseudo-motivational bullshit. You know, whatever. He's rich. You know, rich people like to pretend they have some secret knowledge or like they're mystical and know things other people don't. So it's just a vacuous statement. Only the young. And Ryan Cohen liked that tweet. He didn't, I don't think, respond to it or anything. He just liked it. Because likes are public. Or at least they were. I don't know if they still are. I don't know what Twitter's doing. And it became a thing. All of a sudden it became part of their lore. It became part of their religion, basically. Only the young. It became just like a thing they're repeating. Like it means anything. I don't even know if they know, like, do they think it means something? Do they have a specific meaning? Or do they all kind of think, is it an Emperor's No Clothes situation where they all think it's a wink wink and everyone else knows what it means? But they're just playing along? But really no one knows because it means nothing?
5. Will PP get his own X show, Bankrupt Stocks? Alright, appreciate the love, man. Chillin' ZX with the 5. Yeah.
UP, yes.
Yeah,
I was there 2 months ago.
You're originally from Michigan, aren't you?
Our family is, yeah.
Okay.
But we're now, yeah.
Cool. Eric, and if we take off and we lose you guys, again,
Okay. Let's get to the emergency landing video, because it's interesting. This is where things get a little bit interesting. Guys, he totally has a meeting at SpaceX, I promise.
Alright, fellas, so we're gonna have to be doing an emergency landing here. Why is that, Bill?
The pressure is off in the cabin.
Hold on. I want you to really take a look at Ryan as he's saying all of this.
Alright, fellas.
Am I looking to cover the Trump thing? What, him getting his licenses, like, removed? Or did something else happen?
So we're gonna have to be doing an emergency landing here. Why is that, Bill?
The pressure is off in the cabin, and They tried to mess with it a little bit, but it did not work. So we went around in a circle for a little bit, and they kept trying and trying, and I said, just put it back on the ground.
To be clear, this story does not say the pilots said anything was wrong. This story does not say that the pilots were like, oh, tink, 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 the thing here says that the pressure's weird. Or the pilots being like, I feel the pressure being weird, which I would know, because I'm a pilot whose job it is to fly planes and to know if bad things are happening. No, Bill Pulte just feels weird, man. He feels it. Do you feel it? Do you feel the pressure's like weird? Man, we should probably just like land the plane. Like, we should probably just land the plane. Oh no, I might miss my SpaceX meeting. You know, whatever. It was definitely real. It's definitely a real thing that was going to happen. But it's unfortunately, you know, I felt pressure and it felt weird. So I told the pilots to land because I know air pressure better than airline pilots. Come on! This is beautiful. Have I seen the Russell Brand video from over a year ago where he interviewed an Indian eco-activist who caused a famine in Sri Lanka? It's a 37-minute video of two conspiracy dingbats saying nothing. I have not seen that. Sounds like a lot of his work, though.
So,
secretly, he just had a final destination. He just had a final destination vision, but he doesn't want to worry anyone.
You know something was off, Bill?
Well, shortly after takeoff, just something felt off with the pressure.
Just felt off with the pressure. Just feels off, right? Weird. No one else noticed, but Bill noticed. He's highly attuned to the pressure of the air.
And I said something to you guys. I think you said, you know, that your ears were fine.
Wow, and no one else, no one corroborated it at first, and then you probably were like, but you feel it, right? And then PP was like, yeah, another Emperor's New Clothes moment.
Something was off, and so we're actually...
It's just off, man.
Just about to land. I don't know if you want to show outside. So, emergency land.
Alright, we're landing on the highway.
So I think, you know,
Are we going to catch another jet, maybe, or what?
We'll see if we can get another plane. I don't necessarily want to fly on this plane.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, the rest of the day, even if a mechanic looks at it, you know, you don't...
Even if a mechanic looks at it, I don't want to fly on this jet for the rest of the day. He is renting the planes. He's private plane rental rich, not private plane owner rich. There is a difference.
Want to screw around with pressure, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know if you can hear your ears popping right now.
They are.
Well, ears popping in an airplane, that never happens. If you've not been in an airplane before, your ears popping is a normal part of the experience. You feel your ears popping? Yeah, that's how planes work. That's what planes do.
Yeah, this is way more than normal.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to be in this aircraft. So we'll see if we can get a commercial flight. If not, we'll see.
Is he just trying to get his money back? Could he not afford even the rental flight? But this was his scheme. I'm going to make them think I'm richer than I am by renting a plane, maybe on a credit card that I can't afford, but then I'll make up a reason for us to land. I'll charge back or get a refund on the plane, and then we'll take a normal commercial flight, and I won't have to actually go to the fake meeting I made up to again make them think I'm richer and more important than I am. This is all speculative. Again, we're just having fun here. I'm not saying this is actually what's happening. I am saying, wouldn't that be a fun little creative writing? Isn't that a fun way to think about it? In theory, you know? Why did PP post this? Because PP doesn't know what's happening. He could only afford the takeoff. Gnome Pickle says, or it could be something like this. I've seen these. If you guys don't know about these, they actually did show out the window, though. They are in a real plane. They are in a real plane. There are literally places you can go, though, for, like, Instagram bullshit, or, you know, whatever, that, like, have fake private jet sets that you can, like, rent out for however long to take, like, photo shoots and stuff. It's pathetic. So pathetic.
See if we can get a private flight.
Like, I've seen a place, for instance, once that was like a photo place, and you go in and you can rent time in there, but it's not like trying to trick people, it's just like fun rooms to take cool pictures in. Like, oh, this room has an optical illusion, so one of you stand here and one of you stand here, and it looks like, for forced perspective, that you're really tall. You know, it's a little place you can go to and take cute social media pictures, but it's not like lying, you know? It's just like, oh, cute novelty pictures you can take. But why would you pay to get pictures that you know are fake and that are a lie? What's the point?
If not, we'll get it.
You guys hear that plane? I bet that's Pulte right now. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a plane.
Commercial flight. And, I don't know if I'm going to SpaceX today, so I gotta call when we land here.
When we land, I gotta call SpaceX and tell them I can't make it to the meeting because the pressure was off. I felt it in my vibes.
Any second, I'll call them and see what's going on. So
I'll call them on my phone for realsies.
Grateful to be back on the ground, though. I don't know about you. So cool. We're about to literally touch down.
All right, we're landing, fellas.
All's going great. This is after they landed. This is 4 hours ago. Oh, there's the vape. They were probably only in the air for... It was not long. It was not very long. Why is he just sitting there?
There was a fucking issue with the plane.
There was... Who said there was an issue with the plane, PP? Did Pulte say there was an issue with the plane? Or did the pilot say that? Because it sounds like the pilot said everything was fine, and then Pulte insisted they land anyway.
Like, I don't know any of this shit, alright? Like, I'm just like, here or what? Can you guys hear me?
This is a great place to record, by the way, is an airfield where planes are going places. Planes, historically, famously, are very quiet and a good thing to film around.
So, we got up to, like, 10,000 feet, and, like, you know, when you're at, like, 10,000 feet, you can't really tell there's, like, a pressure problem, right? Okay, you can hear me? So, we get up, to, like, 10,000 feet, and, like, we're starting to get, like, higher than 10,000 feet, and, like, I don't know any of this shit, alright? Like, I'm just, like, here for the ride, man. So it's like, Bill, like, looked, like, kind of worried, and he just kept getting up out of his seat, and he kept going to the pilot's, nest and shit, and just talking to them.
Pilot's nest.
And apparently, if you get to, like, 30,000 feet and there's a pressure problem, like, we could all fucking pass out in the plane. And that can be an issue, like, you can die.
Yes, that could happen. Did the pilot say that was happening? Or did Bill feel like the pressure was low?
And shit. So... Bill was like, take it to the fucking ground, like, fuck that, we're not...
Okay, so again, Bill did this. The pilots, who are the professionals, at no point felt there was an issue. Bill did and asked a question, is this possible if this was an issue? And they said that could be an issue, I guess, but we don't have any reason to think so. And he said, take it down anyway. Oh man, this is a good inaugural episode. This is good. I didn't even... Oh god, this is good. Okay.
We're not risking shit. So, like, they don't even want to get on the same plane either, which I don't blame them. You know, they said they're gonna, going to, like, get us on another plane maybe. So I need to find out what's happening right now.
Meanwhile, the pilot's calling the office for whatever company they work for, like, this fucking rich guy being weird, he felt some pressure thing, nothing was wrong, but, you know, they pay a lot of money, so. Speedy Yoshi with 28 months says, pee-pee dumb. That's certainly an opinion. It's one I share, but it is an opinion. Can you tell I'm trying to be careful, chat? I really am. This is all my opinion. It's all opinion. This is for fun. Just like the PP show isn't financial advice. Nor am I. MH Dark Beast says, Happy Hannah Day. Have you seen this hilarious moment from the first season of UK's Drag Race? I have not.
Let's move.
Has RuPaul gotten better about trans stuff? Or nah?
PP is beside a goddamn airplane and the audio is more clear than the show Monday. Yeah, it's because we had really, it's because of the microphones and all this shit, man. Next time we're gonna bring Shure mics. You know.
The microphones and all this shit. Man.
Production needs to be a little higher. You copy says, shit, you guys okay? Yeah, we're good, man. John with the 5 to help fix the plane. Thanks, man. I'll be sure to forward that along. Yeah, so that's essentially what's happening. Everybody's inside. Look, I'll show you guys everyone in here.
Why are you not inside filming? Go inside and film where there aren't airplanes. Like, it's still gonna be loud. You'll still hear them probably, but it'll be dampened.
I stepped outside to have a smoke, but...
Jesus. Oh, that's so
like
much
everybody's
better.
Head and
oh, thank God. Oh, that is so much better. Oh my God, PP, you were so bad at your job.
Stuff is kind of fucked up and shit, so... Here's everyone here.
What's up?
We're live streaming. Yeah.
Where are you guys?
YouTube.
Nice. What's going on, guys?
So
How you feeling?
Good. I mean, my head's a little.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah.
But not in the way that.
I'm sure it is, PP. Did it feel like that only after Pulte said something to you, by the way? Just curious. Piper Drawson stuff says, I don't know if it was Rue's choice or not, but they changed the tagline from Gentlemen Start Your Engines and May the Best Woman Win to Racers Start Your Engine and May the Best Drag Queen Win to be more inclusive of trans contestants. That's good.
Normally.
Right.
Like, it's not like your ears are popped or whatever.
No, yeah. It's just like a weird feeling. And, like, I'm not used to this shit. Bill is, and Bill, like, knew exactly what was up the moment, you know.
Wow. Bill sure does know a lot about the pressure of airplanes.
We were up in the air.
Hedge funds trying to short the plane, somebody says. That's funny.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, it's you have to be careful when you're up, like, what, 30,000 feet and that happens. They can't stabilize the pressure. Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, there are things on the plane that check this. Like, it's not just a feeling it out thing. The plane has, like, gauges for pressure and stuff, so you know the cabin pressure. Pulte does not know more than the dial designed to know what the pressure is in the goddamn plane. Oh God, they're being grifted so hard and they don't even know. This is so sad.
Passed out.
Gitara says it's his bloodline art, Hannah. He can sense pressure changes in his local environment.
Yeah. Yeah, it freaked Bill out for sure. Some people on
Reddit... sure does seem like Bill is the one who decided to have you guys land. That's interesting. Phoenix Leftist, thanks for gifting a sub.
Reddit were saying that Bill looks a bit worried. He was a bit worried in the air. I mean, he, like I said, he kept hopping up and checking with the pilots, you know, with what's going on. And
the masks are tied to the pressure meter. That's why the masks come down in an emergency.
And Steve too, like Steve's here with us as well. Like you saw his brothers here. Even Steve was like, yeah, it's like, this isn't normal. Cause like everyone's brothers here, what's going on. And even Steve too, like Steve's here with us as well. Like you saw his brothers here.
Oh wow, Bill's brother Steve also was the other one who felt weird? Even
Steve was like, yeah, it's like this.
Even Steve, the brother of the guy that also was the only other person to feel it initially.
This isn't normal, because like everyone's ears were popping real.
If there was a hypothetical conversation, do you think it went like, Steve, what, Bill? I fucked up, man. Again? What the fuck? I thought you said we were going to SpaceX. Okay, here's the thing. I did a lot of ice cream last night, and I told him we were going to SpaceX. I don't know anyone at SpaceX. I think I said Twitter too, which doesn't even make sense. They have different headquarters. Why would Twitter people be at SpaceX? God damn it, Bill. Why are we on this fucking plane? I don't know. I paid him to just fly around a little. Okay, here's the thing. You know, I saw a movie a while back where, like, the pressure went down in the plane and everyone passed out. Is that The Dark Knight Rises? I think it was The Dark Knight Rises. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna say the pressure's low and that I know it, and I'll be like, oh, my head, and I'll go back and I'll talk to the pilots and I'll convince them to land the plane. Bill, that's so stupid. The pilots, they have a thing. They know what the pressure of the thing is. They're gonna know you're making it up. No, it doesn't matter. They don't have to believe me. I paid for the plane, so they have to do what I say. Okay, whatever. Just do it. Okay, but I need to help sell it. I'm gonna say my head hurts, and then you need to be like, your head hurts. These guys will follow along. Trust me. Don't invite me next time. I know. You always say that. And yet you always do. And scene.
Really bad. Nobody says when meet Ryan. Maybe one day, man.
Someone animate that.
I liked the video last night, Nopai. So, I don't know. We're pretty much waiting to see if we're gonna get on another flight or another plane. I'm not too sure yet. Ohio guy says, let me get a membership. Ramez says, PP, you signed NDA? No, I haven't signed anything, fellas. I'm going in this dark, you know, like...
Oh, that's good to know. I'm in Dark Beast, thank you.
I don't know, but what's up with Bed Bath right now? It's like, what, 14 cents, fellas?
Wow, guys, it's at 14 cents. We're winning. And also, you went back outside because you're an idiot.
Fuck. I mean, for a stock that's getting, you know, supposedly, like, canceled, right, or wiped out, why the fuck is it at 14 cents? It was, like, at 7 cents.
Why is it at 14 cents? Because it's getting canceled. PP, it's down 99.99% all time. 14 cents is not a win for you. Genuinely think about how contorted the narrative is for him, where he's like, where the shills at, man? 14 cents. He thinks that's great. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
This morning. Is that not fucking weird to anyone? Like, that's highly bizarre, man. Wear your spacesuit to SpaceX all day. Or all day or I'd quit the PP show. Oh no!
Saturday. The stock gets canceled Saturday.
Sloppy, who's gonna do the...
Fenekagami says, as the oldest of 3 sons, I assure you that this is exactly how that conversation went.
The fucking gifts, man. If you fucking quit. Amit says, please stay alive, PP, we need you. Alright, right on. Yeah, I was joking with Bill. I'm like, Bill, they tried to get a 2-for-1 on us today. And Bill was laughing. Like, they're not taking us out today, man.
No one is after you. The only person preying on you currently is Bill Pulte, in my opinion.
Ramez with the 20. Appreciate the 20, Ramez. 244.599% fee, 2,000 shares available to borrow. Wow. Yeah, what the fuck's up with the stock, like, going up today, fellas? Like, I have no idea what the hell is happening.
It went from, like, 8 cents to 15 cents or 14 cents. 8 to 14 cents, and he's like, wow, that's huge. Oh my god, the fucking vape.
I mean, that's pretty serious, so...
Wait a minute.
There was some famous guy who was, like, traveling like that, and the pressure was fucked up, and he fell asleep. Because, like, when you get up so high and the pressure doesn't stabilize, it can knock you out. And the guy, like, died. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's pretty serious. So, I'm glad we're good. Does Bill let you vape on his plane? No, I was being...
It's not Bill's plane. Do these people not understand that it's a rented plane? Most rich people do not own planes because owning planes really isn't that smart of a thing to do. It's a depreciating asset that needs a ton of maintenance constantly. So even if you are the kind of rich person who owns a jet, most of the time you're probably renting it out to slightly less rich people who want to use your jet, so you can make extra money to pay for the maintenance on the jet you bought for stupid reasons.
Respectful, I didn't vape on the plane. We gotta get you back in the air? Yeah. Lack of oxygen, yeah, that's what happens, like, because what happens is, like, so this is what happened. The crew, they flew the private jet from I don't know where they were coming from, but they flew from somewhere to here, and they didn't have to go over 10,000 feet. So they didn't know that there was a pressure problem, right?
Did they say there was a pressure problem, or did Bill think there was a pressure problem and say there was? Did you hear the pilots or crew at any point say that there were problems with the pressure?
So, basically, because where we're going to Texas, we have to ascend higher. So when we ascended higher, you know, when we did that, we found out that they couldn't stabilize the pressure.
Again, so, like, did they say that? Or did Bill say that? Because Bill said he said it. No one else has indicated that the pilot said this. Derp4 2069, thanks for gifting a sub.
Like, you pass out, and, like, you know, the two, you know, there's only a pilot and a co-pilot. And they're flying the fucking plane. If they turn around to look at you, they may think you're just sleeping, right? So that's kind of like where the issue...
He cannot be this dumb.
...is like, you know, they could turn around and everyone's asleep, but then, like, you're dead. You know what I mean? So... But again, like...
They, like, think you're asleep, man, but, like, you're dead.
You know, we're with people here who fly on planes all the time. Like Steve told me that he flies on a plane like this like 12 times a year. So I mean, they're very used to it. Like, they know what to expect, they know what's safe, they know what's not safe, you know what I mean?
Seems like something the pilots would be in charge of, huh?
So you guys are lucky guardian angels. Yeah, man, we're right on, I agree.
Does he think the pressure doesn't impact the pilot and co-pilot? As pilots, they've acclimated to the low pressure environment.
Beyond says, oh yeah, it'd be like that all of a sudden walking high up on Everest, maybe, yeah. Bill was telling me his wife saw the astronaut outfit that I gave him, and she's like, what the fuck is this? You know, this is from the
What
PP
the fuck is this?
show. So his wife probably thinks he's losing his fucking mind, man. Fish says, thank God for Bill. Yeah, right on. You owe Bill your life, so he has your stream as collateral. That's a fair deal for sure. Yeah. Surprises me, you know, that these people, like, you know, can, like, talk shit. I was just talking about you. Speaking of you. You want to go to Chick-fil-A? Yeah. All right.
Oh, Pee-Pee's saying dumb shit on stream. Pulte noticed that makes it look sus. Better go take him to Chick-fil-A. Don't talk about what happened, Pee-Pee. Here's some keys in front of your face. Chick-fil-A.
All right, we're going to go to Chick-fil-A, fellas. Say bye to Bill and Pee-Pee. I think we're going to head to Austin. So probably no SpaceX.
Wow, how convenient. Wow, that is so weird. So weird that the second that they were gonna do an emergency landing because Bill wanted them to, he was like, oh, we might have to just go to Austin, we might not get to go to SpaceX. And it's so weird that, like, a businessman, you know, would be so blasé about losing out on a meeting with two of the biggest companies in the world, some of the most well-known names in the world. If you had a meeting for that, you'd just be like, whatever, let's just cancel it. Right? That's a normal thing to do, right? That's a normal, real thing business people do. I'm not making claims. I'm not making any claims. I have said nothing that is not just an opinion. He'll just reschedule. Famously, large businesses love when your meetings get pushed for stupid reasons and you don't even try to come and see them.
There's probably issues, right? Depends, we'll see.
All right, fellas. We're going to Chick-fil-A. And I guess we're not going to SpaceX, so I don't really know what's going on, but I'll keep you guys updated. Appreciate
That's
that.
the truest thing he has ever said on this show. I don't know what's going on.
Control Chaos with the 20 for wet wipes. If you know, you know. All right, right on. All right, fellas, we'll keep you updated, okay?
Do I think PP will always remember this as the time he almost made it big? For years, BBY failed, but look, I could have talked with SpaceX Twitter people. I bet. Probably.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't know if we can get a private jet there. So I'm just kind of going with the flow, guys. Glad you guys are good. Happy for all of you. All right, cool. I'll wait a second till we go to Chick-fil-A. I think Bill went to the bathroom. All right, well, I'll go ahead and end the live stream, guys. I'll keep you guys updated, though, okay? Love you guys. Peace.
This is a stream after that.
Yeah, it made me pretty dizzy.
This looks like it might be up my alley, filmed in Hypnovision. Horrors of the Black Museum. If it loads, my internet's being slow. Am I getting choppy? My internet's being really slow right now. Reno Redhead says, Hannah, of course they're, X people at SpaceX. SpaceX is just X's in space. Oh, that looks cool. Horrors of the Black Museum. Is this an anthology of some sort? Like an old one? Because I do like that kind of thing. I'll put it on my list. 1959. Cool. Let me just add that to my list. Cool. Anyway, back at it. Bittergrin says, so wait, the millionaire is taking him out for a cheap hate chicken? Yep. And Baja says, Bill goes to the bathroom a lot. Maybe he should get his prostate checked. And maybe his, maybe his sinuses chew. Just a good checkup to make sure they're not too irritated. You know, it's a good thing to check up on. You know, you don't want problems with your septum. It's good overall advice.
Yeah, we got up to about just probably pushing 7,000 feet is the cabin altitude. So same way as like going over a mountain pass at 7,000 feet.
Yeah.
Just being up like I don't know, skiing or something. But I can see, but it's quick. You know, we went from sea level to 7,000.
Right.
In like 5-10 minutes or something. Just like so not a lot. Not like you're going up the mountains and you acclimate.
Yeah.
The slower rate, not to mention the little bumps and stuff.
Yeah.
So, were you an Army guy? A Hilo Army guy? Or... Oh, okay.
All right, we're back.
I'm so curious who's talking right now. Is that Sam or is it one of the pilots?
Rusty Shackelford, PP, if I donate 500 right now, can I come meet Pulte in November? Oh.
Give me $500, man.
Can he? Bill said yeah. It's up to you, Rusty.
Bill said I have to go outside. I'm being too loud.
More like, please leave so you don't get people talking about what happened because it's very suspicious. He's being too loud. It's not that it's getting picked up on microphone. The weird situation that occurred.
Whenever you go inside, like the
oh my god, you fuck.
Wi-Fi is kind of like shoddy too, so.
No, it's so much better. Why are you outside? This is terrible.
Right? So it's like Bill can perhaps get our foot in the door a lot farther.
Uh-oh.
So, I mean, you know.
We gotta listen to this part. It's important. I'm sorry. It does look like he goes back inside at some point, maybe. So that's good. But we do need to hear some important stuff here.
That'd be cool, man, if you came. You've been a big donator for a long time in the show. I appreciate your support, man. Bill said, yeah. PB, can you confirm that you will be independent from Bill? I think it's important for your credibility. The PP show is its own thing. It's just, you know, Bill like wants obviously a part of it from time to time, which is great. You know, like the PP show is always gonna be like the PP show. It's just like, you know, we're down here doing a show, and you know, Bill is like any other guest, right? It's like, you know, we're gonna have guests who come on and.
Are you treating him like every other guest? Has every other guest told people donate $500 to PP and you get to meet me? And then a bunch of people did, getting you like $20,000 in donations in one night.
We're gonna have guests who come on the show and stuff like that. So I mean, you know, again. You know, he's like a guest of ours. So it's like, it's no different than like, you know.
To be clear, you're a guest of his at this point. You understand that, right?
We've interviewed like Bill, and then we're gonna go eventually, like probably, I'm sure, like we'll interview RC one day.
You're sure? Oh boy.
Maybe we can interview the icons, you know, because like Bill can, you know, like look, like it's all about getting your foot in the door, right? So it's like Bill can perhaps get our foot in the door a lot farther than we would be on our own.
Bill has no interest in that. Bill has no interest in what he can give you. He is interested in what you can give him. And right now, that's attention and an audience that loves and worships him. He has buttered PP up successfully by soliciting tens of thousands of dollars in donations to him.
Right?
Taking him on this trip.
So, you know. Holy
You can tell they had a conversation last night. Mm-hmm. Allegedly, in opinion. I'm just gonna... I just wonder what Bill Pulte might think he can get away with by controlling a bunch of retail investors who will do whatever this guy says. This guy who is easily manipulated. Bill Pulte talking to him, telling him what things to talk about. What's Bill gonna do with that information? Let's say, I don't know, in the OTC markets, right? In the pink sheet markets. These people know how to buy pink sheets. They know how to buy OTC because Bed Bath & Beyond has been in OTC for months. And when things are in OTC, they can swing quite wildly because the volumes are lower than in the open market. You might have heard of this because of, famously, Jordan Belfort, the, quote, Wolf of Wall Street. They were in the air 25 minutes. Nice. So the Wolf of Wall Street got in trouble for what he did. This is just a non sequitur, by the way. Not talking about anything that's happening here. Let me just explain what happened there. Jordan Belfort would find some sort of useless or generic whatever OTC stock, a pink sheet. He would either invest himself, but that's a stupid way to do it because he'd get caught, or he had rats. So what these people would do is he would give the money to, and they would invest in this OTC stock in the name of the rat instead of Jordan Belfort, okay? Basically, Jordan Belfort had a second-hand person invest, so it wasn't in his name in this thing. Then he would use his firm, to sell this stock really hard to people, like hard selling, you know, obnoxious push selling. So then the stock would go up because his people in his office, including himself, were convincing rich people and everyone who was involved in the firm, basically, everyone who was, you know, an investor in the firm, to invest in these shit stocks, which would raise the price because when a bunch of people buy into it, it goes up. then Jordan's people would sell the stocks that were in someone else's name while the price was artificially high, get that money to Jordan, the rat gets a cut, and then the stock would of course go down because it has no real value. The value was made up by people trying to push retail investors into certain bad investments to enrich themselves. Now, if this were, I don't know, if you were to remake Wolf of Wall Street and it was less about real life and more about what if that happened today, maybe you wouldn't even need to have a hedge fund like Jordan did. Maybe you could just have Jordan Belfort be the head of a YouTube channel, and he and the people he knows buy stocks that are cheap on OTC, then talk about them on the show and how good they are. Then when the audience buys in, they can sell, pump and dump. Now, that's just an idea, though. I'm no Martin Scorsese, so, you know.
Fuck, Rusty Shackelford did it with the 500. Let's go. All right. All right, cool. You're coming to see Bill, man. I appreciate the love, Rusty. I really appreciate everyone's support, man. Careful, Rusty. That's going to piss off the meltdownies.
But yeah, you know.
Let's see. Baja says the jet they were allegedly on is owned by a company that appears to only lease or do jet sharing. So take from that what you will about this being Bill's plane. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I figured it was a rental. Or something like that, where a bunch of people collectively own a jet and then, you know, have different time slots.
Snort Wasabi says, Pee-Pee Show, where were you forced to land? Where you go? So we didn't get very far until we had to turn around and land. We just landed in the same spot in Florida. So they said they're sending another plane for us, and then we'll be out of here.
Is pump and dump legal? No, it is not legal. It is illegal, and you are civilly liable if you pump and dump. Not saying anyone is, I'm just saying if they were, hypothetically, yes, that would be a crime. Jordan Belfort went to prison for that and money laundering.
I'm really curious about what's going on with, like, the fucking stock, man. Again,
if this becomes a really stupid movie, who should play me in the movie?
And, like, I find it really weird that, like, you know, Control thinks that they're trying to just kind of get the... They're trying to get the stock just to kind of, like, move.
I want Tom Holland to play me in the movie.
A little bit, you know, to get people to sell. No one's...
That one's for my wife.
Fucking selling this shit, man, at these levels. Like, you're fucking out of your mind, man. The only, like, the stock is priced at bankruptcy. All of a sudden, if it's no longer priced at bankruptcy, or we're getting an equity, a debt for equity.
Kathy Bates is so much older than me. Mean.
Equity swap, or, you know, we get a credit bid via 6th Street. I mean, a lot of people are gonna be scrambling for that fucking exit, man, who's short, and, like, Phil's one of them, man, you know? So...
If we get Brie Larson, the quartering will never shut up about it. And then you could have a scene where Brie Larson playing me watches a video of Jeremy making fun of Brie Larson, but in the video, I should be superimposed over Brie Larson, like the real me, because that's the joke, like in that universe, I'm Brie Larson and Brie Larson looks like me. Anyway. And she can shit on Jeremy as me.
No one will sell, yeah.
What did I say about you? I said, I'm gonna get Tom Holland to play me in the movie version of this for you. Because you like that Tom Holland video so much where he's doing the Rihanna song. If anyone's gonna play me in a movie, I think that would be funny, and I think you would enjoy that. DM Trey says, 100% Catherine Langford. I don't even know who that is.
Can't wait to make it and come meet all of you guys. Right on, Tyler. King says he bought more today. What'd you buy it on? Did you buy it on Moo? Oh, Tated Stain, I appreciate the 50.
They're now apparently buying BBBY on something called Moo. I gotta look this up. Is this super sus? Are they getting scammed from multiple fronts or what? Ooh, that... I don't like the look of the page. Oof. Yikes. I'm not saying that this stock company isn't legit or anything. I am saying that it appears to be predatory. Oh, I have my ad blocker on. There it goes. You guys see that at the bottom of the page? It just looks very like, do it now, do it now. Get on here, look, 15 free stocks, extra share, Tesla, blah, 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 blah. They do OTC markets. Oh, God. Oh. Apparently somehow they're selling people Bed Bath & Beyond stocks or something. Oh, boy. Reno Redhead says, ironically, Jeremy made a Brie Larson video today. Of course he did. What the fuck? I just can't. I can't with that guy.
Hey, man.
Someday I'll have to do a Grift Busters on coffee brand coffee.
Love this.
His very real coffee brand that isn't just him slipping a label on different companies' coffee.
I love this for you guys. Say hi to Bill, and as a pediatrician, username checks out. Right on. Tell him I look forward to connecting with him regarding helping kiddos. If you need some hype, play the metal song we made for you or save it for a big event. Yeah, I know. We were having a lot of glitchy issues. Like, you know, the stream with like 6,000 people on it was like, it makes it laggy, man, you know, because
the number of people watching your stream has no bearing on the quality of your stream. Because that is all a load that is on the end of YouTube, their servers. It doesn't affect you. The intermediate... He doesn't understand how basic things work. He doesn't understand how basic things work, and it drives me fucking crazy.
it's like, it's not just 6...
Gnome Pickle says, is it just me or does PP look like the dude who joined a frat freshman year of college and made it his entire adult personality for the rest of his life?
6,000 people were on the show. It's that like 6,000 people like crammed into the show.
That's not how it works.
Once, so.
Like, do you think YouTube can't handle that many people watching a stream? They can. They've had streams with many more people watching.
You know, that's just how it goes. We need a better connection next time. Slobo with the 10 KO. Appreciate that, Slobo. We'll be on another plane and we'll be all good. Project says, PP, did you know there's no market maker on Expert? Roach pretended today's pump and dump. Roach pretended today's pump was a gap fill from MLMs. Literally impossible. He's a fucking idiot, man. Why is he still talking about Bed Bath? Is he that fucking bothered? Like Tendy's fucking stupid ass, man. And don't even get me started on Concerned Citizen, man. God, you guys don't even want to hear this, man. Like, out of respect, I'm just not even going to touch on it. But me and Concerned Citizen are no longer cool, so no way. Like, you guys should see this shit. Like, we have eyes on all these other Discords. You guys should have seen the shit he was saying. And we caught him, too. And just out of respect, I'm not going to...
We caught a guy saying things we disagreed with, so we excommunicated him.
...expose any of this shit. But honestly, man, like, I thought he was a friend of mine, but clearly not. Like, I thought he was a great dude, but, you know, whatever. I don't want to get into it. My money with the 2. That 741 stuff was crazy. Yeah, I agree. It's just like... And, like, all these people, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I've had, like, friends throughout the play for, like, you know, over, like, 9 months. And then you go and, like, see, you're like, oh, I haven't talked to this guy in so long. You go to, like, see what's going on, and all they're doing is, like, there's one dude who was making memes about me that was, like, I would say a good buddy, I guess, on the sub. And now he's making clown videos, or clown images of me on Bed Bath Remastered. So, I guess these people's true colors come out, man, you know? I haven't done anything wrong. I show up, do a show. I was called to fly down here, did the show, and I didn't expect that there would be, you know what the show was. So I was going into everything blind, man. So, you know.
Have you considered that maybe it's your responsibility to set expectations then, and maybe not hype everyone up if even you don't know what's going on?
Is Concerned Citizen the guy who was always...
Long-time lurker, first-time chatter, Moo has an influencer program? Of course they do. Ew, that is scummy.
On the PP show? No, that's a different guy. Some of you guys don't know Concerned Citizen because he was around like way back in the day, but like we caught him in a Discord with Tendy Baron being like, Tendy Baron, you're right about this play and all this shit, and it's just bullshit, man. Like,
how dare he disagree with you?
Talking about the fucking stock's not even at 0 yet.
It's at 14 cents PP, maybe. I don't even know if it still is. It was when we started the stream, I think. PP, it's getting canceled Saturday. This is the thing, too. Sometimes, this is what's going to be frustrating. I'm going to call it right now. This is my Babe Ruth moment. In some apps and, programs, websites that track stocks, when it gets canceled, it doesn't, show the number 0. It just freezes it at the last number it is. And there's no more trading of it. I guarantee some of these people, potentially PP included, is going to go, ha, it never went to 0. Okay, but it's canceled, so it's worth 0. These programs just can't track not applicable. So it just defaults to freezing it at the last price that it was. And they're not going to get that. And it's going to be really, really, really sad.
I haven't seen liquidation.
The plan said liquidation so many times, and wind down plan so many times.
So it's like...
Gitara, thanks for 21 months, says, praise Paul. He sees no liquidation. Pay no attention that no Bed Bath & Beyonds in the United States are still operating. Gitara says... Oh, I just read that on this page.
Why are people throwing in the towel... just so early? It's like, if you have no conviction, why are you even holding the stock at this point? I don't get it.
If you have no conviction to ignore reality and the literal legal document that was signed and ruled on by a judge that says, our shares are being canceled and we get nothing, you have to ignore that. That's real devotion. You don't have devotion to this cult stock thing if you don't ignore reality.
It.
Loyalty testing.
If I didn't believe
not normal behavior.
Even the stock, I'd sell tomorrow and I'd be done with it. And I would go fucking play something else in the meantime. So it's like, to me, it's like, it's just crazy that, like, if you believe the stock's done, if you believe you're getting liquidated or whatever, then why the fuck are you still holding the stock? Because I'm willing to take the bluff on everything, right? In terms of, they're saying the stock's going to 0 and shit like that. Like, I'm willing to take the fucking bet on it. I'm willing to take the bluff.
There's no bet. There's no bluff. It's not poker. It's a legal document. Like, this is the opposite of what legal documents are. Legal documents aren't like, oh, am I lying? That's a crime. That's perjury. It literally says you get nothing, PP. There's no gambit. There's nothing. There's nothing left.
So... a lot of people's risk tolerance is either you either have high risk tolerance or you don't, and it's like, we need a change in terms of the dockets, right? So
what does that even mean? The dockets are the dockets. We need a change in the dockets. The dockets are reality. You're literally asking for reality to be different than it is.
If you don't believe in the fucking play, why are you even in it? Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. And then all these people who sold are still bothered by it, like they need a confirmation. They need to sit there and just have a confirmation that they did the right thing. Just fuck off already, man. Ocean with the 100 HK, peace be with you. Appreciate that, Ocean. Pickles for dinner with the 5. What's the donation price tag to get a nip slip from Bill?
I don't know. We'll have to ask him. Milo with the 2, was the landing a reference to RC testing takeoff? I have no idea. That's tinfoil. There was actual malfunctions with the plane.
According to Bill.
Thunder Screamer with the 5, where's Plurt? It's a great question. I think he's home. He's probably home by now. Step inside a little bit just because it's a little warm out there.
Yeah, that's the reason, not for your audience's ears. Such a bad streamer.
If it's dead, no one should care. Yeah, I agree, man. Because, like, again, you know, like...
The best angle, by the way, if you're streaming is definitely from below. Good call. Hydrate.
The big question is, like, if it's going to 0, why are people so worried about it then? Like, why is there a push to, you know, for instance, like, it's just bizarre. Because, you know, if the stock was getting liquidated and going to 0, there'd be no reason for people to, like, push. You know what I mean? And
people like me are A, concerned, and B, intrigued by cult-like behavior. Some people just think it's funny. I think it's a combination of a lot of these things. And I don't mean humor in necessarily the mocking sense, but more in the you can't help but laugh. You know, when something's so fucked up, you just gotta laugh, like really dark humor. That's kind of how I feel about this. We are literally watching people sucked into a financial cult and watching it collapse in real time. It's fascinating. It's so interesting. I wish I could get a degree in whatever the fuck this is. I don't know what it is, but I'm interested. Fennikagami says, Jeremy recently had an interview with Amaranth, and it was disgusting how friendly he pretended to be with her, even though he's friends with all the shitbags that accused her of scamming her audience for hiding her marriage, even though the abusive POS was making her do that.
and to, like, push, like, this, like, I don't know, this, whatever, like, you've whatever you want to say, you know? But there's, like, this push to be like, oh, you need to get out, you need to sell. Well, who are you selling to then? If the stock's going to 0, someone else is buying it on the other end, right? So...
If it's going to 0... What? The price getting lower would mean there are fewer people buying it. How choppy? Can you even hear me, or is it just the video?
Who's the person who's buying it on the other end, is my question, if it's going to 0. Like, does nobody ask themselves those questions? But I guess shills don't want you to ask those questions, right? They just want you to panic and sell. It's all about... Like,
at this point, there's no... Even if you sold, you've lost 99% already, most likely. It doesn't matter. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. I don't care. I mean, I do care, but there's just nothing to be done. I said my piece about it. It's fine. At this point, I'm observing. You guys call yourself apes. Consider me Jane Goodall. I'm just observing. Okay?
Like, there's a focus to be like, okay, you need to trade on emotions. No, you shouldn't. You should trade on however you want.
Seems like it's just some people. Twitch must be having an issue because I'm getting nothing on my end. I normally get warnings, so I think it's a Twitch thing.
If you're an emotional trader, you're an emotional trader. If you're a logical trader, you're a logical trader. You have different levels of degree of trading, right? You have, like, high risk. You have the meltdowners who are, like, in ETFs. Like, you can go read through their comments to get a better idea on what they invest in. And, like, a lot of them just are like, oh, I just buy SPY. And it's like, okay, so, like, you don't take risk. But they hate on people who do take risk, which is weird, because all it is...
No, this is what you don't understand. PP, this isn't about risk. This isn't a high-risk, high-reward proposition, okay? This is a high-risk, no-reward. Especially at this point. Like, there is no version of this where you win. This isn't some, like, gamble at this point. Like, you played Russian roulette financially and you lost. But you're still walking around like, you're still, like, clicking it after it's already gone off. Like, it's... There's no reward possible. It's only risk. All you're doing is throwing money in a blender. It's already worthless. Like, you can say 14 cents all you want. It could be $1. It could go to $300 tomorrow. It won't matter Saturday.
Is just a format of trading.
and they get like visibly upset about it, which is just really bizarre in my opinion. Mud money with the 2. Pete sabotaged the plane. Yeah. So I mean, those are the kinds of...
I know I've spent a lot of time on this, by the way. We are still doing other stuff this stream, even if the stream goes a little longer. I started a little early today, so we're still going to cover the Tommy Tallarico stuff, and we're going to cover the other thing too.
Things that like...
Even if only briefly at the end to give you a taste of some of the other kind of things we'll be doing on Grift Buster shows.
I would be asking is like, you know, it's just bizarre. Who am I selling my stocks to? So if I want to sell my shares, right? Who's buying my shares then? Who? These guys?
Right. At this point, I don't care. Don't sell. It doesn't matter. Actually, do whatever you want. I'm not telling anyone what to do. It doesn't matter at this point. Even if you were somehow to sell to someone, that person is just holding your bags, and you've already lost most of your money anyway. So.
With the 80 million short interest, and then God knows how much other short interest they have. Someone's buying it. Someone's on the other side of that.
It's you guys. You guys are buying it. There are probably still a few swing traders who are trading off you, and it's you guys.
Right? There's no way you can deny it.
If it goes to 375 or whatever and they sell before Saturday, not that they ever would that be a win for them? Yes, but that's not happening, and there's no way for it to get that high.
So,
like, it's literally just these guys at this point, and a lot of them, the only place apparently they can buy it is Moo Moo.
I don't know, it's just...
Which seems sus to me.
Bizarre. Red Sky me. All shorts must close. My apple's ripe, so I'm buying it. Yeah, I mean, again, like half of it, like a good majority of us cannot buy for how long now? We haven't been able to buy for like over 2 weeks. Yet the stock's up 100%. Someone's buying it. Maybe some shorts are starting to like slowly close out some of their positions. I mean, it's...
I'm fairly certain they don't even need to. Once the stock's canceled, they're free and clear because they literally can't return the thing back because it doesn't exist, and they just get all the money that they got.
It's hard to say like what they're actually like, you know, doing. Canadians can buy, yeah, but they're not moving. They can't move no fucking markets, that's for sure. Nobody can. No retail investor can move a market if anybody believes that.
You absolutely can on this fucking market, especially when it's such low volumes, because it's only you guys trading it. You absolutely can swing it. If any of you can figure out a way to buy shares, they're so cheap at this point that yes, you guys yourselves, just the ones of you that can buy, can swing the price. Absolutely. Like someone else pointed out, 100% is 7 cents to 14 cents. Right. When it's at such low prices, you can buy things enough relatively easily that it can swing the price.
That's like atrocious, man. That's not true. Again, that's my own opinion. So, I'm not an expert, nor am I a financial advisor.
No kidding.
It's like,
me
it's
either.
all speculation and opinion. Canada owns the float. Maybe they do. Every vote counts, though, yeah. RC is buying, maybe. I mean, again, the weird thing is, like with Dream On Me, like I was talking in the Spaces call yesterday, is like someone could inject liquidity into this private company at any point in time, right?
I deemed this, oh god, what did I call it? The Air Bud rule. And it is, there's no rule that says a dog can't play basketball. This is when a conspiracy theorist or someone in a cult-like thing is so desperate that they basically get to the point where they say, well, this isn't literally impossible or literally illegal, so it can happen. Nowhere in the rules does it say a dog can't play basketball. All right, well, it's probably not going to happen, right? I'm proud of that one. I'm proud of that one. Someone pick that up and publish it. You're welcome.
They could simply, they could put in, someone could, let me give you guys an idea with Dream On Me. because they're a private company, someone can dump $100 million into it. No person on earth would know what's happening.
Like the people who work there would, but okay.
Okay.
Pretty sure they'd still, like, let people know at this point, if that were the case, though, you know? Because it's generally good when your company gets money. You probably want to be like, hey, good news, everyone.
Except the people who work in that company, and obviously, like, the owners, things like that, in terms of, like, executives and stuff. So, to be honest with you, man, it's like, I don't know, it's bizarre. You know, if something is happening with Bye Bye Baby, it kind of makes sense that they went with the second qualified bidder for a reason. And the biggest thing I was talking with Salvatore last night too is like, JPM was paid off in Chapter 11 restructuring. So again, if the board was nefarious, why didn't they just sell the company to the first qualified bidder, which was someone other than Dream On Me? And then not only...
They literally gave a reason for that. The deal fell apart.
Not pay JPM back, they could have just had all the creditors pick it like a vulture, right?
Which is basically what's happened anyway. It has been. There's no going concern. Everything's been parted off. They're liquidating and liquidated. They're mostly liquidated. They continue to do liquidating on the few things they still have as assets.
So, and like all these like, you know, it's just really weird, like, these GME guys too, like, you know, like, and don't get me wrong, like, I am myself like a GME guy, because like, I bought GameStop before a lot of people were buying it, and, you know, it's like, to me, it's just bizarre that, like, this Tetron guy, like, you know, he's making, like, videos, like, oh, like, Bill, like, what are you doing, blah, 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 and it's like, what does it matter? Like, you guys would have no problem if Bill was in Lightning Warriors. If Bill was in Lightning War stream.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Okay. And he was fucking telling people to donate to Lightning Warrior. You guys would all be supporting that shit. And this is to the...
No, I think a millionaire telling a bunch of viewers to donate $500 to a streamer is not cool, actually, no matter who does it.
Elitists out there, people who are like so hardcore, they're like fuck Bill and PP and stuff, and it's like your asses would be supporting him. So the
like straight up, if I had someone on stream, anyone, rich, whoever, I don't care. Even someone I respected a lot, if they came on the show and they were like, oh, donate $500 to Hannah, a bunch of people should do it, I'd be like, no. So irresponsible of PP not to stop it. Terradona says, the belief that BBBYQ will MOAS is so clingy, maybe? Oh no, clingy, that it might as well be called plastic wrap.
Fact is that it's a little bit bizarre that, you know, I'm giving them like an example. I'm like telling them, I was like, you know how people are like hating on you and shit for coming on the show? I'm giving them an example. I was like, if you go to a GME guy and did the same shit, they'd be fucking supporting you. You know, so it's like...
No! Grifting bad no matter who do. Profane Priestess says, so tinfoil hat, let's say hypothetically you're a wealthy second generation Nepo baby, let's say I'm talking too fast, sorry. Let's say said Nepo baby knows another wealthy person. Furthermore, let's say again hypothetically that this Nepo baby's friend is a streamer. It would, one last reminder that this is all hypothetical, for these wealthy men to purchase vast quantities of soon-to-be-worthless stock while using the second wealthy person's audience to pump the stock so you can sell at the last moment for profit. That would be unfortunate. I don't even think it's that, though, hypothetically. I think it's just too big of a pain to even get Bed Bath & Beyond shares at this point. I don't think anyone's doing it. Not anyone, but, yeah.
To me, it's just like, Bill just walked by, I was just telling him. So it's like, to me, it's really bizarre that, you know, all this like weird fucking hate and stuff like that. Again, I buy GameStop, I buy IEP, I buy Bed Bath, you know. I do not buy any AMC, I don't trade any AMC. Those are pretty much like my main portfolios. And then obviously I have like a little...
just all meme stock bullshit.
A little bit of PHM, but it's not a lot. It's like maybe like 5.
PHM is Pulte Home Group.
for 6 shares.
Again, Pulte's family's business, which Pulte isn't in.
You know, because again, like PHM's like almost 100 a share, so.
Imagine that. More successful company stock costs more. Weird.
But like IEP for me, that's what I buy. GameStop, I have a position in. Bed Bath is my largest position out of all of them, so. Imagine declaring being elitist as if that's a good thing. Yeah, it's just weird, you know, like these people like are like, oh, I'm like for Ryan Cohen and shit. Do you think Ryan Cohen like wants to see that fucking shit?
Again, Ryan Cohen is a holy figure.
Like, honest to God.
What would Ryan Cohen do? WWRCD.
If Ryan Cohen had absolutely nothing to do with Bed Bath, he would come out still today and say, no, I still...
No, he wouldn't, because he's involved in a lawsuit currently just for this, for the alleged pump and dump, and he's apparently, according to, I believe, the Wall Street Journal, being probed, investigated. Literally, the other day I said, I sent this because there's someone who talks to me occasionally on Twitter who's a Bed Bath & Beyond person. They're into this. They're a PP fan. Hi, if you ever watch this. And they were talking about this, and I was like, I mentioned the lawsuit and that he was being investigated by the SEC. And I sent an article, and the article's wording was different. It was like being probed by the SEC, business deals being probed or something. And he was like, not investigated. He's being probed. That doesn't mean investigation. And it was just such a head desk moment. Like, how do I even communicate? How do I communicate with these people? You know, sometimes the SEC doesn't investigate, but it just kind of probes things, like pokes them with a stick. What is the difference? What is the difference here? Reno says, what if Ryan was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger on a bus trying to make his way home.
Will have nothing to do with it. I'm being sued for a pump and dump and this and that, and it's like they would have moved on. But the fact is that Ryan Cohen is staying silent for a reason.
Probably the lawsuit he's in.
Shane came out and said something, and again, even with this lawsuit, he could quite literally say, no, I'm out of Bed Bath. I don't plan to return. I have no plans for Bye Bye Baby.
That would be detrimental to his lawsuit. Do you even understand what the lawsuit is about? It feels like you don't understand what's going on here, like at all.
He doesn't, you know, at one point he said that he's going to hold the board accountable, and again, we hear nothing, so...
Right, that's part of the problem.
You know, PP elitist, I like that, yeah. Who's a PP elitist out there? Let's hear it. Ryan watches carefully, I believe it. And, like, I think that this shit is...
Is Ryan in the room with us right now?
Like, you know, with, like, Ryan and stuff, it's just like...
Really, the spirit of Ryan is everywhere.
Like, again, I think that he sees it and he doesn't want to be a part of people that are like these like quote unquote like elitists. Maybe I'm wrong, I can't speak for him, but it's like these people are like just as toxic as like the fucking people who are meltdowning. It's the same shit. So, you want to say hi? Okay. Bill's too cool to say hi today. All right. Bill's dealing with some shit probably.
Probably his lawyers fucking yelling at him.
Hey, Bill, are we still going to SpaceX or no? Okay, I'm just curious.
No. Oh, that's such a shame. That's such a shame that really real trip to SpaceX isn't happening. Chitara says, PP, brother, they probably don't know you exist. The idea that you're invited to any money... Invited. I'm trying to think of the word. I'm blanking. I know what you're trying to say. Entitled. Probably entitled. This idea that you're entitled to any money, statement, or time from these people is absurd.
Yeah, we don't know what's happening. Where's Poverte? I don't know. That's a great question. I can maybe go...
There is no Ryan on. There is only Rye, and there are Anons. I understood that reference. Gnome Pickle says, Daddy, are we still getting ice cream? No? Okay. I understand that secretaries aren't going to sleep with themselves.
Like, 5 more minutes, and then, And then I have to charge my phone because my phone's at like 10%. Where's Travis? He's in the lobby. He's over there sitting, but I'm too loud, so I can't like stream over there. A docket drop? All right, he's got the monthly fee right here. Let's go through it, boys.
All right, we got Knowles being done on 8/23.
Oh my god, they're literally going over more court documents sitting in this fucking airport.
All right, here we go. We're gonna get a live DD breakdown from Travis right now.
From my phone.
You guys ready?
You got Knowles on 8/18. They're putting some work on those late in August.
Because they're fucking valuable, right?
8/28, review Knoll tax memo. This is August 28th.
They're not going to SpaceX.
See if I can flip my camera for you.
Allegedly, they were going so Pulte could have a meeting with both SpaceX and Twitter at the same time at the SpaceX headquarters. About charity? Question mark?
For you guys, and I can film Travis here.
It was definitely a real meeting that definitely was scheduled and real and was going to happen. I just want to make that clear, that that meeting was real. A real thing that was scheduled. For sure. 100%. Bill did not make it up. That is a real meeting that was going to happen.
8/21, call with UCC and A&M team to discuss an old preservation strategy. That's 8/21.
Okay.
There were 2 on that. Review Knoll tax
This is
memo,
pathetic.
8/28.
Yeah.
Team model for it has been
More than Bed Bath Q, we have a community here now that if we stick together, we support good companies.
Maybe DB Raymond, it wouldn't surprise me.
Right
When
on.
are we gonna get to the fireworks factory?
Everyone's an individual trader, man, you know, so we're not...
See if there's anything in the rest of the video, and then we'll move on. I think there's one more, and then we'll move on to the other stuff.
500 people tuning in, holy shit.
Oops, didn't mean to do that.
tax portions of
With PP Pulte, King Kaz, and the crew. He said he would let...
Spread the news.
We gotta get going. The plane will be here soon. My phone's like about to die, so I need to go charge it. Fellas, it's been real. I hope you guys, I really appreciate your guys' support of the show, man. Truly, I mean, whether you just watch or you donate, you never have to donate to the show.
MH Darkbeast says the guy who's the PP looks like the bastard love child of Wesley Crusher and Neil Patrick Harris. I can see it.
So you can always watch if you'd
I see
like.
that.
Again, I like doing the show for you guys, and I never expect anything in return, man. So I really appreciate everybody who supports me in the show and everything else that I do here for it. Yeah, man. So we'll get together when we land. Wish us some safe travels, fellas, and hopefully don't have to land this one again. So we'll see you guys.
Don't worry. There's no other very real meetings that need to be missed. Bronzewings89 with 5 months says, 5 months, may I take this moment to ask where Baja got your amazing slasher necklace from and what it might be called? My girlfriend would love one of those. Please and thank you. You're the best. There is a store in the Midwest called Meijer, M-E-I-J-E-R. Don't know if they have a website that would sell anything like that. I don't know what the brand was or anything. If I can find out later. I don't know if it's like written on it or something. I'll let you know.
Guys, then love you guys. Peace.
That was 3 hours ago. Sheesh. And then there's one more from 2 hours ago on the plane. Last of your bits, MH Darkbeast says, last of my biddies, I know you're avoiding modern trailers, but here's the trailer of Horrors of the Black Museum. Okay.
If you have nerve enough, come down these stairs with me to the Black Museum.
I already dig it.
And if you dare, look around this
They're going to Austin, Texas now? I don't know what for.
chamber of horrors. You will see the lethal possessions of a man possessed
At least I thought they said Austin, I don't know.
murder.
Which may or may not be the same. I don't know where SpaceX is headquartered, but I know Pulte like was consistently, for some reason, bringing up like, we'll reschedule SpaceX. We're not going to SpaceX. So Meijer is a grocery store. You might also be thinking of Fred Meyer, which is a different thing. Meijer in the Midwest is A, not affiliated with Fred Meyer, completely different thing, and 2, more like a big superstore like a Walmart, where it has departments and stuff. They have clothing and stuff as well as groceries, but they're unionized, so that's good. Better than Walmart. I don't go to Walmart. SpaceX is still in California. Okay.
As this is a U trailer advertising an X certificate film, we regret we cannot show you now the scene as it appears in the picture.
We have to tell you the story of a man whose hobby is murder. A killer who held London in terror.
We repeat, as this is a U trailer advertising an X certificate film, we regret we cannot show you now the scene as it appears in the picture.
Here was a modern Jekyll and Hyde who killed so that he could write with relish about his victims and his crimes.
Fiendishly clever. Ingenious enough to give us the third brutal murder in 2 weeks.
Aren't these similar to the pair you have in your Black Museum?
Starring Michael Gough, a killer who shopped for his weapons in London's backstreet antique shops.
To experience all the horrors of the Black Museum, you must see the complete film.
June Cunningham, the blonde who got to know him too well and talked too much.
You thief!
Oh, come on, dearie. Show me how fast you can chase me around the room now.
Give me back my cane!
Not until I've told you everything. Been saving it up for you. Without your cane, you're only half a man. Without your money, you'd be no man at all.
Graham Kerno, boy hypnotized into obeying his master's murderous voice.
This seems like the corniest thing.
Innocent victim of young love.
Oh, were they affiliated? I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Enticed into the nightmare horror of the Black.
Oh, there's 2 Fred Meyers. Their name were both Fred Meyer. That's funny, just spelled differently.
Museum.
Wait! Why did you bring a stranger down here, you stupid fool? You know I never allow any outsider to snoop around my workshop. This Black Museum is our private world. And now, thanks to you, it has been invaded.
Watch Conga. I actually have Conga right over here. I have Conga.
There he goes!
That's great. Seems very corny. Alright, last PP thing before we move on.
Bill, what are we doing? Looks like we're only going to be heading to Austin now. Fuck. Back in
Which was a decision Bill made.
SpaceX, Austin. What's the reason we can't go to SpaceX?
We're now on a smaller plane that,
Uh-huh. Weird that you already brought up not going to SpaceX before you landed, so you didn't know what plane you were going to be on, but now you're saying we can't go to SpaceX because the plane you're on now, which you didn't know was going to be the plane you're on before, can't get there. But before you knew what plane it was, you were also saying you can't go to SpaceX. But now you're blaming it on the plane you're on. Oh my god. Oh god.
Apparently, doesn't have enough fuel to get to SpaceX. Which...
Apparently, it doesn't have enough fuel to get to SpaceX. Yep. That's the story. That's the story I said.
Apparently, doesn't have enough fuel to get to SpaceX, which...
And as we all know, planes are one and done. You can't refuel them. You can't land to refuel planes. Once a plane's out of fuel, you gotta build a new plane.
It stinks, but yeah.
It stinks. This is the face of someone who really thinks that this stinks. This is it. This is the image. This is my art. Isn't it just written everywhere? You know, I'm not one of these people who thinks body language experts are real, but, like, do I even need to say the implications of this image? I don't even need to. Look at it. Look at it. Look at this fucking image. And you tell me you don't know what is going on here and what that man is thinking. Oh, this is my favorite day. One of my favorite streams. Not my favorite day. Wedding day is probably my favorite. First date was also pretty good.
We're going to Austin, though.
Let's go.
Yeah. This is round 2. Hopefully we don't have to turn around again and land.
Oh, that eyebrow raise. Yeah, I won't make up a problem this time, so it's probably fine. I said that. That's part of my screenplay.
God willing.
Yeah. PP, go poop again. People were fucking around. They said I took a shit on the plane. That's why we had to land.
You did.
It was too big. We had to land, fellas. People want to know what's in Austin, Bill.
I have to go to some business meetings there. Not as cool.
Before, I would tell you the name of the companies before, SpaceX and Twitter, but I'm not going to tell you the name of these people because, well, these are real people that I don't want to, say, because that's how business works.
Cool is SpaceX.
Thank you, Baja.
Guess that'll be another day. I go there tomorrow, frankly, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Just need to get out of here. Get on the road.
Yeah. Here, we're about to take off, fellas. I'll go ahead and show you guys. We got Steve with us too. Travis. Chaos is behind us. The Knoll dockets are super bullish.
Activist investor, 12 hours, we're talking about. I think someone told about 10.6 hours and 12 hours.
Are you guys still there?
Why wouldn't they be? You're still on the ground.
Maybe we can go live again. Glitch says, love you, Bish. Love you, man. Connor says, PP, are you still going to the moon? I hope so.
What are they saying?
They said, appreciate PP and Pulte. Where's the spacesuit? Love you and the crew. It's a good community.
Oh my god, he is so over this.
He sent me a picture. He's sitting there. And he goes, in the news show. I'm like, it's not sending yet, though. It's coming.
Some guy, Ace Ventura, he says, if you see Elon, tell him he owes me money. All right, Ace, maybe we'll get Bill to get your money back.
It's also got the resume from ABC to give RC.
Someone said Pulte nuggets or filet sandwich?
Nuggets.
That's what I did too. Double MC wants you to know, let Pulte know his call was spot on, getting that plane on the ground.
Better than everybody passing out.
Yeah, he knows his shit. Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck, we're in a plane, man.
On the outside.
All right, we might disconnect, fellas.
And they're off. Off to Austin for whatever. I don't know why he's bringing them, but he is. So that's that. I'm sure we'll catch up with whatever happens later. Who do I want to cover next? The E3 thing's pretty funny. Do you guys know Tommy Tallarico? Tommy Tallarico. Guy who has a company, had a company to do music and sound effects for video games. He has told a lot of big stories about himself, you know? You may have seen H-Bomber Guy's video on the oof sound effect. This is the oof sound effect guy. He became the CEO of Intellivision by buying the name Intellivision, and decided they were going to make a console, a home console. This is their E3 presentation. It's a bad idea. The games got pushed back and back and back and back and back, and this has still not come out. And as of right now, I believe the plans are to shift to mobile gaming. They say that in the future they might do the Amico, but they're like, we're gonna do some mobile games, and they sold some of their properties. Tommy Tallarico was removed as the CEO. But here's their E3 with Tommy. Check it out. Let's cringe.
Hi, I'm Tommy Tallarico. And
hi, Tommy.
What an honor it is for Intellivision to be a part of this year's E3. I want to personally thank the ESA for having us be involved. And we have seen some incredible, incredible stuff. What a great time to be a gamer. I've been in the video game industry for over 32 years.
And he's showing his video game experience by showing concerts that he does. If you've ever heard of Video Games Live, it's a concert series that travels around and they play music from video games, which is a cool enough thing. He's the guy who organizes that, or at least he's the guy who owns it.
And have been a part of the creative teams that have made some of the greatest video games of all time.
I believe he also gave Super Smash Bros. Melee a 6.5 out of 10 review when it came out. Let's look. I gotta see. Tommy Smash Melee. Oh, sorry, he gave it a 2.5 out of 10. He gave one of the most beloved party fighting games of all time and competitive fighting games of all time a 2.5 out of 10. And then he lied about it. I don't even care. You can have, you cannot like the game. That's totally fine. But the fact that later on he lied about it to say, I never gave it that score. Own it. It's fine. That's fine. Tons of people get things wrong. Critics hated The Thing when it came out, and now it's considered one of the best horror films of all time. It's fine. Just don't be cringe and lie about it.
What do you think about Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube?
Well, I gotta tell you, it's another GameCube letdown, another GameCube disappointment in my book. It goes down, another
Yeah, I was...
Check one off.
I agree. I was not impressed with this game. And maybe the idea originally was kind of cool, but you know what? Now it's just a gimmick, especially on these amazing brand new consoles. And the GameCube is so powerful. I don't want to play an N64 game on the GameCube.
Right. It has all the great Nintendo characters like Mario and Donkey Kong, and was Yoshi in there?
Yoshi's in there.
The
Samus
princess. So you basically pick one character or a bunch of characters, and you fight against another character.
It is a fighting game. And fighting games were a thing. It's weird that he's acting like he doesn't understand the concept of a fighting game and he's describing it.
In some kind of Nintendo game environment. Kind of seems like it could be interesting, but the reality is that all you're doing really is just pushing buttons, and I didn't feel like they...
That's every video game, isn't it? At the end of the day, just pressing buttons? That's what it's a video game, Tommy.
There was any strategy whatsoever.
That's so funny, him saying there's no strategy when Melee is one of the most strategized fucking games in the history of, like, competitive gaming.
I'm giving this...
Get good, Tommy. Learn how to Z-dash or whatever it's called.
A 3 out of 10.
Wow, 3.
It's just not impressive. Right. The GameCube is supposed to be about the next steps and the next level of gameplay. This is exactly the same kind of gameplay.
Preach on, brother.
3 out of 10.
I give it a 2.5.
There it is. There's his 2.5. Jesus. Anyway, here he is back at the thing. Here are the video games. By the way, do you know how much they wanted to sell this console for? I need to explain real quick. What was the price? Intellivision Amico price. Let's see. It ended up, they originally, I think, said like... This is an article from 2023. Originally, it was like $149 and then $179, and then later, most recently, it looks like they're saying the price is $299. So we're talking the same price as like an Xbox S or something, Xbox Series S, you know, or like a Nintendo Switch. Maybe not an OLED. Is that OLED? Is the OLED 400 or 300? Either way, it's, you know, the price of, like, a full fucking console. So.
Including things like Disney's Aladdin, Earthworm Jim, Tony Hawk Pro Skater,
wow, I can't play any of these games.
Metroid Prime, Guitar Hero. I'm even the guy who...
Oh my god, he lied about so many of these. I gotta go through these. I gotta go through these one by one.
Tony Hawk Pro...
Okay, I believe he is credited with doing some of the sound effects on Tony Hawk.
Skater, Metroid Prime, Guitar...
He is not in any of the credits on Metroid Prime. He claims that he worked with Miyamoto on Metroid Prime and that, like, Miyamoto was a fan of his work and had heard of him, which is a lie because Miyamoto didn't work on Metroid Prime. He didn't understand Metroid, so he sent it to an American studio. So Tommy just fucking lies. In Guitar Hero, he got a special thanks credit in some of the games. I don't know if he worked on any of the actual audio, but he counts himself working on it because he's in the special thanks section of the credits.
Guitar Hero.
You're right, his company is credited for Tony Hawk Pro Skater, not him.
I'm even the guy who did the oof sound for Roblox.
No, he's not! Go watch the H-Bomber guy video for that. But no, he's fucking not. No, he's fucking not. No, he's fucking not. H-Baird with 33 months says, 6 months along, I'm already showing.
Don't hate me. In fact, I own the Guinness World Record for the person who's worked on the most video games in their lifetime.
Wasn't that changed? Didn't they change that because it turned out to be bullshit? I thought they revoked that record. I might be wrong, but I thought that was the case.
My mother's very proud.
Oh, he always does that joke. He always says that every time. We've looked at this list before. It's hilarious.
But I'm here today to talk about Intellivision and our brand new video game console, Amico. Now, Amico is the Italian...
He did also pay for them, yes. I don't know if you guys know this, but Guinness Book of World Records, again, if you watch the H-Bomber guy video, you know, they're not like a neutral third party. You have to pay them thousands of dollars to come and, like, see if you do the record. And they literally, you can pay them to work with you to come up with a record, like, as advertising. They're mostly a company that you call and do consulting with. Like, have you ever seen, like, oh, this cookie company made the world's biggest cookie? They didn't just decide to do the world's biggest cookie for no reason. They contacted Guinness Book of World Records and said, hey, we want to do some kind of promotion. What can we do that'll be a world record? And then we'll get, you know, on the internet for like a day, like, oh, world record of biggest cookie. It's not just some neutral third party. They're basically a firm that you pay in order to get records. Cthulhu Flower, thanks for 7 months, says, hey, over half a year already. Indeed.
Word for friend. And that's basically what we've designed our entire system and games around.
This is just a 3D model, by the way.
That friendship, that multiplayer.
The photoshopped controllers into the hands. I get it. People use, like, generic photos for advertising. Just kind of funny. Just a little funny.
That couch co-op experience. See, when I was growing up, we didn't have the internet to play video games. So if you wanted to play with somebody else, you went over their house or they came over to your house. It was everybody in a room.
Wow, when you were a kid, was there music on MTV too? What an astute observation no one has made before.
In fact, I bet if you're a hardcore gamer, you're probably like me, and I bet your fondest memories of playing games were when you were playing with other people in this.
No, I was an only child. Also, this exists. The Nintendo Switch exists and has really popular multiplayer games. Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, Pikmin. Like, there's tons of multiplayer games. Mario Party, Stardew Valley. Like, there are tons of either co-op or multiplayer games on the Switch that you can either play together in the same room on the couch, or if you have multiple Switches, you can just connect them in the same room or over the internet. So there's more options than what you're providing.
Same room together. That's what we're all about. Now look, I'm going to be honest. For a lot of you out there watching this, I'm not going to impress you with our teraflops and gigawatts and screaming processor and incredible lifelike graphics. That's not what we're about. What we are is a really simple, fun party machine that you can bring out when maybe some of your non-gaming friends come over. Maybe you have a husband or a wife who isn't into gaming as much as you are. Maybe
again, there are already games for this. Like, you can play if you have a partner who maybe isn't very into gaming. Lego games, really good thing for like couples to do together. It Takes Two, a recent game that came out that's co-op that can both be played by like people who are into gaming and people who are relatively new to it. Like, there are games for this.
Grandma comes over and you want to play a simple motion control game or a card game or a
literally people might still have a Wii. And again, Nintendo Switch controllers are also motion controllers that work even better than the old Nintendo Wii controller. So
board game, dice, whatever it is. See, all of our games...
Grounded is good. Grounded is good.
...are built around fun and simplicity. That's the most important thing for
AKA they're phone games. These are games you would play on your phone or like on the Atari 40 years ago.
Us and gathering people...
I'm sorry, Amico. Intellivision, rather. Sorry.
...in a room together to do it. Here at Intellivision, we've assembled an incredible, passionate team of game makers who have over 600 years experience.
I hate that. Over 600 years experience combined. You could say, if you just add up the experience of all the employees, anyone would sound impressive because employees have many years combined, Tommy.
Making some of your favorite games. Everything we do, we focus on bringing...
Yeah, those kids look excited. Look at that stock image of excited kids that you put your controller into via Photoshop. Woo!
People together and having simple fun. In fact, we've designed our hardware entirely around those two things. So for example, our controller is really unique. It has a color capacitive touchscreen on it.
Boy, just what I wanted. A screen with non-tactile buttons. A screen, yay!
It comes in handy.
Everyone loves using a touchscreen to play video games.
When you're playing others that might not be as good as you in gaming, so it's a great way to give them little hints. For example, here in Shark, whoever's
also Nintendo tried this with the Wii U. Didn't go well.
In last place, it will vibrate, because we have haptic as well, and then it shows the color of the clam that's going to release.
Again, these are like games you would play on the computer in like 1996. Like, these are terrible, terrible looking games.
The next big bonus pearl, so only that player will get that information. And also, having a screen on every single controller gives you a lot of really cool and unique abilities to do game and game designs. For example,
people can do this stuff with their phones. Like, Jackbox Games exists. You're basically doing Jackbox games. Like, I'm sure there are other companies that probably also make games like Jackbox Games that I'm not aware of, where you can just use your phone for things and connect to a server. It's probably a thing. Chromatic Cuttlefish with a tier 2 for 16 months. Wow. Says, I now have an extra year of experience since it's my birthday today. Oh, happy birthday! Happily, no one has given me any NFTs, but I am having Indian takeaway with my relatives this evening. Well, I hope it is delicious, and I hope you have such a great birthday.
Everybody has their cards, and they can hide it in a game like Spades. And here you'll see it on Farkle, another one of our 6-pack-in games that you get free on every console. You can shake it, and you'll feel the vibration. We have haptic feedback.
Every phone has this already. The Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons have the same kind of thing. It's not used a ton, but it is a thing.
And watch, you pour it out, boom, and the dice pour right out on it.
Wow, it detected your phone moving, and then it triggered a rolling animation. Wow. Literally, you could do this with your phone. What are you doing?
The screen. Motion controls are also really important, especially for casual gamers. So a lot of our sports and recreation, for example...
This looks like a Flash game.
We'll use that kind of motion control. You'll see here with Cornhole, you're throwing the bag into the hole. By the way, this is another game that comes free on every console.
Fuck yeah, Cornhole.
Now, our main disc is really unique.
Give me that sweet, sweet cornhole action, Tommy.
As well. Most directional pads have 8 positions, up, down, left, rights, and the diagonals. It has 64.
Oh god, it spins.
4 directions and touch sensitivity as well. So the harder I press down, it'll affect gameplay. Here's a feature I think a lot of gamers are gonna love. I can take my controller, I can go over your house, dock it in your system, and because it recognizes that it's my controller, we can now play all of my games that I own on your system at your house. As long as
Aren't people just gonna sell used controllers with a bunch of games on them to each other? Again, this system never came out and will probably never come out, so it doesn't matter. This is terrible, but, you know.
My controller is there, my games are there as well. Another cool feature that we incorporated is wireless contact charging. So once you're done with your controller and your game's over, you just dock it right back into the base and it charges for you. Another unique feature of Amico is that we have interactive...
Everyone loves, by the way, the touch charging, because that means you can't play games while your thing is charging. Like, literally, with, like, a Nintendo Switch, I can plug it in and play at the same time, and it can charge both the controllers and the system. With an Xbox or PlayStation controller, you can have them plugged in while they're charging if you have, like, the PlayStation ones are rechargeable, and there are optional rechargeable batteries you can get with the Xbox. For instance, on the Xbox, I actually have rechargeable batteries that are external. It came with 4. I put one in, you know, while the others are charging. This one dies, I go and switch it. Right? Other game places have figured out how to deal with this because you don't want to deal with having to charge in the middle of the game and not be able to play. So in this case, if either controller isn't charged, then you need to just stop playing until it charges. On top of that, there are only 2 spaces on the console here to even put controllers, but there are games that play with more than 2 people. So you're going to have 4 or 5 controllers sitting around, and you're going to have to take turns charging them. Hbeard says, I'm from the Midwest. It isn't called cornhole, it's called bags, and you're supposed to drink at least 4 beers before starting to play. Different people call it different things.
LED lighting all throughout the console itself, the base, and all of the controllers. We also have RFID built throughout the entire console.
Cool.
Which means you can get a gift card, for example, tap it on the system, and it shows up immediately.
That just feels gross to me. All that tells me is that the primary thing you're thinking about right now is how you can as quickly extract money from me as possible.
You know what's really cool about having the focus be people playing together? I'll give you an example. Astro Smash is a 4-player game. At any point during the game, somebody can pick up a controller and
if it's charged,
just hit the ship they want and go right into the game at any point. Now,
again, that's great. Other games have done this. I mentioned the Lego games. You can drop in and out of those. Plenty of games do this.
For all you collectors out there, you'll be happy to know that not only can you download games digitally, but we also have physical media as well.
No, he doesn't. Literally, this is funny.
Releasing more
we have physical media. You know why he doesn't say physical copies of the game? Because there's no actual physical copy of the game. You get a box that looks like an old-style game box, but inside is a cartridge. It's not a real cartridge with information on it other than there's an RFID chip in it. And when you scan the RFID chip, it tells the console, oh, it's this game and you have a copy, let me download it from the digital store. You still have a digital copy of the game. You just have an RFID chip that's glued to a fake cartridge that doesn't really have any data on it other than the little barcode thing that's on the RFID chip. It's just a string of numbers that leads to a website. By the way, from what we understand, there was no encryption on these either, the people who did get a hold of these. So I don't know if anyone knows how RFID readers work. You can easily copy RFID chips. You can easily copy them using a device you can get like on Amazon. So literally, if this had gone to market, you could own every single game by getting one of those and downloading the RFID codes off the internet and then just using the device on the console. Smart.
Information about that later this year. Now here's something I think a lot of gamers are going to appreciate. We don't allow...
Yeah, this was planned to come out in like 2019. Obviously that didn't happen. Hydrate.
Any loot boxes, in-game purchases, in-app advertising, or paid downloadable content. But what we do have is an online leaderboard system for most of our games where you can go in there and check your scores against...
Wow, high scores. That's not something any other game has. Oh wait, leaderboards are actually a normal part of games? Oh, bummer.
State, your country, the world, or the month, the year, and of all time. And those scores tie into our achievements as well. So if you have the high score at the end of the month of your country, we're going to email you a certificate that you can go print out and hang on your wall. Now, as we all...
Wow, an emailed certificate. Thanks, Tommy.
Know the most important part of any video game system?
I was the best cornhole player on Amico in the month of January. Framed on my wall. Fuck yeah. Cornhole champ.
Are the games themselves. They all have to be super fun to play. And that's where we really, really shine. In fact, all of our games on our system are highly curated.
Again, I don't mean to shit on the people who made these games. You know, from what I understand, a lot of them were made by German students, you know? So I'm sure they were doing their best. I'm sounding a lot like a gaming racist right now. For those who don't know, Tommy would famously call people who criticized him gaming racists. He would say they're literally gaming racists. Because apparently it's gaming racist to point out that this console doesn't really appeal to anyone. All of these games, I could find something very similar on the App Store, both Apple and the Play Store, probably. Like, there's nothing about this that makes me say I need to buy a console. I could download a game just like this. I don't even know why I would. This doesn't seem like a fun game to me, but whatever.
All of them contain a single and multiplayer or couch co-op mode, and all the games on our system are exclusive or...
Sounds like that's pretty inhibitive, right? Prohibitive? Sorry. That's pretty prohibitive. What if someone wants to make a single-player experience or wants to make a single-player game? They have to have a couch co-op mode? It's going to lead to a lot of really half-ass co-op modes.
Contain exclusive content. Like Retro Reimagine, where we take some of the greatest classic video games of all time, give them new graphics, new audio, add...
It's so funny to me that, like,
video games of
we're
all
gonna take
time, give them new
classic video games with a very specific era-specific aesthetic.
Graphics, new audio...
And just make it look like generic shit you'd find on Newgrounds.
Add multiple...
Like, this is... At least if you were just selling me a console that was just like the original game, I get it. Nostalgia, right? Totes. I get it. Retro. Fun. This is just generic. All you've done is create the most generic video game ever. Why are you doing this?
Multiplayer and couch co-op. Some of the things we have, for example, 12 of the best games from Atari, like Breakout, Asteroids, Tempest, Missile Command. We have
Again, this looks like a Flash game version of Missile Command.
Games like Burger Time and Bump and Jump, and even some of the best Intellivision games from the past, like Cloudy Mountain and Night Stalker. We have edutainment titles for kids 7 and up.
Oh, kids love those.
Under things like Sesame Street and Care Bears. Now, our original IP category contains brand new games that we've created, a lot of times around our unique controller. Some of those games are platformers like Finnegan Fox, Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad is the only one that looks interesting to me, and it was canceled because the developer of Bomb Squad basically posted about issues that the system was having, so they like canceled the game because I think they were upset about the creator.
Space Strikers, Flying Tigers, and
also Stop Talking and Nobody Explodes or whatever it's called is already a game that works like Bomb Squad. So if you're looking for something like that, or no, it's Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. That's what it is.
Got the original Echo the Dolphin team to create our new title called Dolphin Quest.
Unrelated, legally distinct Dolphin Quest.
We even take more modern games and add exclusive co-op modes. Games like Rigid
it was actually a game called Fox and Force, I believe, that they changed the name of or something.
Force Redux Enhanced and Dino Blaster. Now, our sports and recreational category not only has big sports like Major League Baseball...
It's so funny, too, because, like, for those who aren't familiar, maybe I should explain a little bit of the branding of Intellivision. This was when Atari was still the leader in the market, so when people thought, you know, video games, they thought Atari. So when Intellivision came along and their gimmick was, our graphics are way better, which is funny looking back, but the reality is for the time, yes, Intellivision graphics were better. I'll show you. Here's the trailer. This is how they sold the games.
So when Mattel Electronics asked me to compare their Intellivision games with Atari, I gave it a try. I compared Atari Baseball with Intellivision and found...
Okay, so this is Intellivision Baseball on the Intellivision. For the time, this was impressive. Because again, we just saw what Ataris looked like at the time. And it looked...
I gave it a try.
Like this. So this is what Atari looked like. You can't even really see a field. It's barely representing what it is supposed to be. Mr. Whiskers with 20 months says bleep bloop. Riveting.
I compared Atari...
Oh shit, Mightiest Quinn, thanks for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Check out Mightiest Quinn here on Twitch. We're looking at different grifters.
With Intellivision, and found Intellivision played much more like...
So, this is the Intellivision Baseball, the technically superior for the era baseball game. The problem is, now when they try and remake that game, now it looks like this, which is shit. I don't know if anyone has seen the MLB games. Holy fuck. For reference, if you're not a gamer or whatever, let me show you what a baseball game these days looks like. Oh gosh. MLB trailer. This is what a modern baseball game looks like, if you're not familiar with the progress that has been made in video games over the decades that have happened since the Intellivision. Let me actually make sure the quality's high. Jeesh. Does not want to play. There we go. Sorry, it's being really choppy. So, I think you get it. Sorry it's so choppy. But, like, video game baseball has come a long way. So now that they're trying to sell you a console for $300 and this is the baseball game that they're selling you? What the fuck? Again, it looks like an online, like, browser game from 2009. It's so weird. Did this company steal the old Bible Reloaded logo and is producing shirts? Let's find out. Yep, I think so. Looks like someone stole it and is selling shirts of it. That's a shame. That's copyright infringement. Trademark infringement. That's not good.
In soccer, but also recreational sports like cornhole, skiing.
Fuck yeah, cornhole.
Pool.
Again, this pool game looks terrible. This looks like a tablet pool game you could get for free or pay 99 cents to take the ads off. Jamie says, early prototypes tend to look terrible, but I don't know if it alone is the reason to judge the quality of the end product. Oh, no, you don't understand. This is what the games look like. Like, the games aren't happening. They're done being developed. They lied about them being in early development. This is what they looked like the whole time. This is it.
And many more. Now, our casual category contains many party games, dice games, board games, card games, things like spades, emoji charades, and even award-winning board games like Blank Slate, Telestrations, and Ink and Gold. Now, I've already mentioned some really big partnerships and licenses like Major League Baseball and Sesame Street, but we have even more, including things like Mattel Hot Wheels, Harlem Globetrotters, and so much more. Now, we've previously announced that we're doing a brand new exclusive Earthworm Jim game for Intellivision.
That never happened. Allegedly, this is allegations, allegedly he never actually really got the permission to say this, because he, for those who don't know, Tommy Tallarico does not own the rights to Earthworm Jim. I think he just said this and hoped later he would figure out the rights thing.
And we got the original team to be working on it. We wanted to do something special, so we're going to give away 3 of these new prints. All of the team members signed it. All you have to do is email cow@intellivision.com with the subject line groovy. You have till the end of June to do that, and then we'll announce 3 winners at the end of the month. Well, thank you for spending a little time with us here today. Hopefully, as you can see, our approach is a little different than everything else that's out there, and we really don't view others as competition. What we're doing, we view as complementary to what the video game industry is doing. It's such an exciting time to be in the industry, to be a fan of the industry, and we are fans of the video game industry. And you know, if there's something that you've seen here today that might be of interest, or maybe you're a developer who wants to make some games for us, Maybe you want to place a pre-order. Please go to Intellivision.com.
A lot of people's money still tied up in these pre-orders and they haven't been refunded. Even though there's no date now for the console coming out.
From you.
So that was that. Tommy sucks. Okay, so this lady I'm sure you heard about, right? Like, this is oops. This is the lady that was claiming that she could... The medical industry doesn't want you to know this because she's claiming she can make it so you don't have to wear glasses anymore.
What's the one thing that your optometrist doesn't want you to know about? The fact that you do not need glasses. That's right, you may have been told that you need glasses, but that's actually a lie. There are mental, emotional, physical, and even spiritual reasons why you may not be seeing, and I'm here to tell you that that can be healed. If you want to learn more, read the comments.
Oh boy, how thrilling. So she has a whole thing that's like a program that you pay for. And then, surprise, it turns out it's a pitch for the multi-level marketing company, Doterra. Is anyone familiar with Doterra? So here's a video from her channel where she's, I think, again, trying to get people into the multi-level marketing opportunity. Shaped like this. Akintar, thank you for the raid.
All right, so we are about to have an onboarding conversation. Mariah is a doctor, and she's somebody we're stimulating right here, but for training purposes, she is a doctor in actuality, and she's somebody that's interested.
It's a little sus.
In Doterra.
In actuality, guys, we actually got a doctor to fall for this, so that's cool. Cashel Gladios says, as someone who grew up in San Diego, it's a shame Tommy footed the bill for a lot of cool Comic-Con adjacent events like the Video Game Lives concert. You either die a hero and all that, I suppose. Oh no, he was a douchebag for that too. He was a douchebag then too, just for the record. People just found out about it. He treats people like shit, including his employees. Just so you know.
I've told her about the opportunity a little bit, what I'm doing. I sent her to the essentialoilexpert.com/why. She's interested, and now we're having our one-on-one call. So, Mariah, it's so good to see you.
It really is, yeah.
Okay, amazing. So I'm really glad that we got on this call. The way that this call is going to go is I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Doterra, about what we're doing, about the opportunity, and
opportunity. If anyone ever tries to pitch you a quote opportunity, run away. Run. Do not walk. Do not get involved in this opportunity.
I want to hear about you. I really want to know what you're interested in and what's really exciting for you. And then if it feels like we're a good fit, I would love to explore the
if it feels like we're a good fit
opportunity to partner together and to do business with each other. And
H. Baird says, fun fact, according to federal law, chiropractors are considered, quote, physicians, but physician assistants and nurse practitioners are not.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Does that sound good to you?
It does. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So, first off, tell me a little bit about you. Like, what is it? What's the work that you do, and what are you really passionate about?
So, yeah, I'm a medical doctor, and I actually, I will stop end of this year, like, prescribing chemical medication.
Oh, no, it's a fucking woo-woo doctor. Oh, God, no. I will stop prescribing chemical medication. Everything is chemicals, doctor.
And I came out with that on social media, and I went completely viral. And I am the first general practitioner in the Netherlands that will do that, actually. And there were...
Oh, I'm sure that's gonna go great for you.
Were like thousands of people.
A doctor that doesn't use medicine. What a good business model.
interested in my video where I shared that, and I'm getting messages from all over the place of enthusiastic people who are like, finally a doctor who actually admits that chemicals is not.
It's so funny that you'd be like, finally a doctor. Like, okay, so do you trust doctor opinions or not? Because the vast majority of doctors disagree with this lady, but you trust her because she's a doctor who agrees with you already? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. Either you think being a doctor lends you credibility or you don't. You can't say, ah, yes, the credibility exists because you believe the thing I already believe.
The only and the best solution. So I'm gonna now share this, and I got to know Doterra over the last 6 months. And I can now say with my full heart that I believe in this, and I can completely, like my heart is really convinced, even though I am a very, very tough one to convince. And yeah, I can now.
Kind of doesn't sound like you're that tough to convince of things. Narrator 9000 says she'll be prescribing only joules of energy. Also, hi Hannah. Hello.
Say, yeah, Doterra is an honest and pure product.
What the fuck does that mean? It's fucking oil!
Many benefits of increasing the quality of people's lives, to really upgrade the soul level of a person.
It sounds
yeah,
like that's something that's important to you, about really helping people and supporting them with something that is in alignment with you, a product you believe in.
Telling someone, like, by the way, if you ask them, like, what are you into at the beginning of, like, a sales pitch like this, the point is they're trying to figure out the kind of person you are and what you value so they can sell to you based on those attributes. So if they think you're someone who really values healing people naturally, they're going to focus on something like that. They're going to be like, oh, it'll give you the opportunity to do this, It's literally a way of reading you so they know how to grift you, in my opinion. In my opinion.
And a medicine that you believe.
Call it hard sell.
Even to.
Do you guys know that the vast majority of people in every MLM don't make money? In fact, most people lose money? Wow. They don't mention that. Dr. Gamble says, hi, just tuned in. Is she literally selling snake oil? She is selling oils. It's Doterra, and they do, like, essential oils and stuff.
You really help support the being and their soul.
Exactly.
Okay, amazing, because that's exactly what we do with Doterra. So I'm going to stop for a sec. So what I just did there was I framed the call. I then asked her about what she's interested in, a little bit about her business, so what she's doing, and then I got her why. I got her passion. Like, she wants to support people.
Is she literally going to explain on camera what she's doing in terms of manipulating this woman to her face, and it's still going to work?
And be chemical free, and so now I have her emotional attachment to her desire for. That's really important, because I want to make sure that matters.
This woman's face as it's being described, how she's being manipulated. What the fuck?
The Doterra, and Doterra matches with that, and then I show her how they integrate really well. So that's what I'm going to do now. So now in the part of the call, I would say, wow, Mariah, that is amazing, and congratulations on doing that and going viral. That's so epic.
That's epic.
And it feels like Doterra is really the right call for you. Doterra is science-based. You know, their products.
Depends on what claims you're making.
Products are certified.
Also has nothing to do with the actual business model, which is historically not a business model that enriches people who are, you know, people low on the pyramid, so to speak.
Therapeutic grade, medicinal grade use. All sorts of hospitals and clinics all across North America are using them in their protocols, and they're just being used.
If you would like essential oils, you can get them very cheaply online, and you won't have to go through an exploitative multi-level marketing company. Like, essential oils, I get it. Aromatherapy, I get it. Smell good stuff. Cool, great. The problem is when people start claiming that essential oils can be used for all sorts of medical things that there is no evidence for, which unfortunately